Hello, my dear friends. How are you? I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope you've all been very, very good for Total Nijisanji Death Week. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. I am so tired. It has been far too long of a day. It has been far, far too long of a day. Last night, I was up. I was up at 4 a.m. monitoring the situation. And then I went to bed. And I had to be up again for 8:30 a.m. So I got maybe 3.5 hours of sleep thereabouts. And then I get back and I'm just like, look, it's fine, guys. It's fine. It's going to be... Doki Bird isn't even streaming until later tonight, so there's not going to be too much happening. We're in a lull period, okay? We're in a total Nijisanji death rattle, if you will. They're not quite expired yet. My favorite Kirsha simp is streaming. Yes, I'm doing my reps. I'm doing my hand exercises. Okay, the apples will tremble in fear. They will tremble in fear soon. TM. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there together, etc. Uh, but I wake up and I go outside without looking at the computer, and I come back at around 1 p.m. and I sit down and I immediately see 10 alerts on the virtual asylum of people directly mentioning or atting me about stuff. And then I went to sleep, famous last words. And ever since the afternoon, it's just been a roller coaster of stuff. And as I speak, more nonsense is happening. More nonsense is happening. Excuse me, I need to blow my nose. 1 second, please. Ah, there we go. Imagine going outside. Everything bad happens when you go outside. Nah, I had a nice day. Outside of the Nijisanji stuff, I've had a legitimately very, very pleasant day. I made contact with some people, but then I get back and I'm like, oh my, oh my goodness, this has gone places, gentlemen. This has gone places I did not expect it to. Up to date with the latest rat news about the leaked Discord messages of... we'll get to those, okay? We have a lot of stuff to get through first. We have so much stuff. I would like to state... actually, let me just put it in the... sorry. Let me just put it in the stream chat as well, and I've immediately lost my stream thing and everything. I got followed by an artist bot. That was fun. Either they're an artist bot or their work is just terrifyingly generic. Doki Bird isn't streaming for another 4 hours yet, and yet there's 8.3 thousand people in her waiting room. Yeah. If there are any more pieces of important info that come out during stream, please at me on the Discord with links / images. Thank you. In message, there we go. Actually, in stream mode, here's a question. If anybody on the Discord, can you look at my status and tell me if I show as being live right now? Am I streaming right now? Because If I look at my status on Discord and I look at my own profile on Discord, it very clearly shows that I am in streamer mode and that I am streaming. And when I click on my profile, it shows that I am live on YouTube with a link to my stuff on YouTube. I may be slightly less of a handsome, articulate British person tonight because, as I said, I'm running on about 3.5 hours sleep. I am so tired, but there is absolutely no way I was going to pass this up. I've used my time fairly wisely. I have got a massive page of tabs to go through that I kind of wanted to go from the start of stuff. There is a whole massive amount of stuff to get through, but we'll see what happens. There's a reason I started an hour early. Why does it not show that I'm streaming? Why does it show that I'm not streaming? I don't understand. Why is it not working? It doesn't make any sense to me. It should be working. There's nothing. It doesn't make any sense at all. When somebody's just joined, wonderful. Let me see if I can actually. No. I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna faff around with Discord right now. It's just stupid. It's really dumb and stupid. I don't understand why it's like that. But yeah, we have a whole hell of a lot to get through. Let me just check my messages one last time. Now we're fine. We're fine. I don't see you as streaming. Okay. So I've opened a very large number of tabs, a exceptional number of tabs. Let me just switch over to my gaming thing. Oh wait, it would actually help if I had the window capture properly set up. Not vouch porn analysis. That's not the tab that I want to capture right now. No, not my own stream. That would be entertaining, but okay, we're good. There we go. Oh yeah, there was a funny thing is that yeah, Vaush, the horse porn age of consent guy, he managed to do a stream earlier where he leaked his porn folder on stream. And so I've had a bunch of gay Filipinos in my Discord all saying things like, "Hey, I recognize that femboy double penetration image that he flashed on screen. I know that tag. I know those tags on the image boards." Nijisanji just lost another sponsor, guys. Which ones? There are those that I will cover, but the first thing that I really wanted to cover is this guy. This guy right here. Let me just check to make sure I don't accidentally show anything that I should not. Okay, we're good. Right, we have now transitioned. We have transitioned, guys. I am going to be a were by the end of this stream, I swear. But this guy is Andrew Dice, and I find it fascinating that he is, I believe that he's a translator for Super Robot Wars 30th anniversary, which is one of my favorite games, actually. So it's very interesting to see the crossover going here, the people that I know. And then everybody in the Discord immediately goes, "I'm definitely not a gay Filipino. Being called a woman I can take, but I do not want to be called a Filipino." Look, I have to get my kicks somehow, guys. I have to get my kicks somehow. Also, I've just realized I still have my VPN on. That's very clever of me. Let me just turn that off. I'll just be 1 second. I'm shocked that nobody has screamed at me for my stream quality. This might be weird. I've never actually turned off a VPN during a stream before, so this may end my stream very abruptly. I apologize. So 1 second. Test. Am I still live after that? OBS Studio reconnection successful. Okay, I think my stream is okay. Good. That is interesting. That is interesting. That is the first time I've ever changed my VPN while live before, so that's nice that everything reconnected. I'm glad about that. Ah, good. No panics. Check this setting. Display current activity as a status message. One moment. Let me just... activity privacy. Yes. Okay, guys, if anybody could just look at the Discord server and show and see if my status has now changed, I'd appreciate it. But anyway, let's actually focus on this. Yeah, this guy is someone, a guy who works with the SRW team, and I love the SRW games. I would definitely love to play Super Robot Wars 30th, or maybe even the old GBA games, or maybe some of the fan translations on stream someday, because the Super Robot series was my introduction to anime, practically. And, but this guy says that he's been following the JP business in particular for about a quarter century, and I believe it because these old guys, I know some of them who have been in the Super Robot Wars fan community for literal decades, so these guys really know what they're doing. There's no weebs like mecha weebs, guys. And he posted this great big long thread. I'm not going to read absolutely every single bit of it, but I am going to highlight some bits. So he says, in isolation, I would think it's some kind of parody shit post if it hadn't been posted to Nijisanji's official English account at close of business hours JST and left up, flapping in the wind for 14 hours straight as of postings. As a public relations post, this statement makes mistakes I would expect undergraduate PR students to be able to catch and correct. Mistakes I expect of a socially awkward sole proprietary streamer. This came from an ostensibly publicly traded Moon Runes company. First of all, the thing was so obvious it got Twitter noted. Second full paragraph of page 2 leads with, we made the video private. 2 sentences later, they call Selen's statements management made the video private misleading. This is such a basic mistake that it's difficult to tell if it's some kind of translation issue or indicative of an internal communication error, and I won't really linger on it. But that's a really nice early shot, a splash of a grenadine for what we're facing here. The next paragraph, mindful of Selen's health, management did their best to communicate with not only Selen herself, but also her emergency contact. Oh, by the way, I should just note at this point that I have something like 30 tabs coming, so there's a lot of stuff. Setting aside the artful dodge of, this incident drove Selen to self-harm to the point of hospitalization. What? Any color is, in this statement, openly admitting to attempting to harass Selen by putting out a statement saying she was wrong and they were right while Selen was in the hospital. Even after all this time, I'm not quite sure how it goes for JP celebrities in such a situation. But in the US and Canada in particular, it is seen as absurdly inappropriate for employers to contact hospitalized employees for any reason save very basic health updates, especially in the aftermath of a traumatic event. Hospitals also respect and even enforce that privacy. This is something that I didn't really touch on the original stream that I did, but yeah, I find it absolutely and completely bizarre that Nijisanji openly stated that they were essentially still trying to contact Selen via her emergency contact number while she was in the hospital. Like, my attitude would have been, the moment they learned that she had attempted something or self-harmed, they would have just said, we are not going to touch this for 24... The only message that I would have sent to her is, we are very sorry for this event. We are not going to contact you for at least 24 to 48 hours or until you contact us. Please rest easy and get yourself in a better state before replying to us. Now, if Selen had, upon receiving that, and then, like, in 5 or 6 hours gone public and said... You're a terrible company, you're an awful company, and you did terrible things to me, and taken advantage of that opportunity to, like, go full nuclear on the company, then I would say that Nijisanji had some reason to not even entirely sure what I'm trying to say here, I'm sorry, I am very tired. But they would at least have some grain of sympathy there, but no, that's not the case. They were harassing her while she was in hospital for a suicide attempt. That is absolutely unbelievably terrible. Sorry, I completely lost myself again. There we go. I suspect that one of the emergency contacts was with the hospital proper and they were unable to come to an agreement because the hospital staff kept roughly telling any cover to fuck off and not harass their patient. Based hospital if true. Any Anglophone company with a PR department with a pulse would never admit to doing anything other than wishing a performer a speedy recovery. I hadn't even read this part so far, and again, that's exactly what I would have done in their situation. And I have no PR training or anything like that. It is just common sense. Doing otherwise has even long been mocked, with images of lawyers trying to coach half-conscious ambulance patients on what to say to the media burned into our collective consciousnesses for decades as a symbol of comically unfeeling corporate overreach. For any color to just blithely admit to attempting exactly that makes me feel as if I'm reading a parody of a PR statement. Next up, first, inform the public about what the reasons behind our decision to make the video private. So congratulations on reinforcing that, yes, you did unilaterally act and set off the entire incident, but that's, again, not what to focus on. So, Selen claimed she was no longer able to engage in her activities as a liver due to decisions made by any color, or was being harassed by other affiliated livers due to mismanagement. And as she says, Selen never mentioned that last part. Doki Bird has been very vocal about her problems with the management for Nijisanji for months, and Selen would discuss the difficulties around getting everything assembled, but as far as I'm aware, at no point before this, and at certainly no point once the incident began, has Selen ever implied that other performers were harassing her. And I would agree here. I have never once heard any kind of statement that from Selen that implied that she was being harassed by other streamers. I have never heard that. So Any Color, completely unprompted, this previously not being discussed, has introduced the specter of some performers behaving in a fashion that Selen perceived as harassment and reported such to Any Color. They continue, Any Color believes and that Selen refers to previous rules issues and attempts to shift responsibility for these violations. He's messed this up here. Any Color firmly believes we and our other livers have not engaged in unjust practices towards Selen, and in my original stream, this was something I highlighted as well, that the way they worded this is completely bizarre. So Selen, according to Any Color, and not her, asserts that harassment is going on inside Nijisanji, making it hard for her to work. And Any Color, on its own, asserts its reply is, "Nuh-uh, there is no harassment. We are right, and you are wrong, and we will not investigate this." This is absurd. Other less appropriate terms I try not to use, but they seem to fit the situation so well. This isn't even cultural differences. Who upon the green earth of God put something like this in a PR document? Now, workplace harassment has dogged various industries for decades, and it's a bit of a meme that internal investigation often doesn't lead to much, but most companies at least make the appearance of trying. This is kind of what I said that Any Color should do. They should say that they at the very least should say they're investigating themselves. They say, well, we say it doesn't exist and we think you're smearing us, so it doesn't exist and we won't investigate it. A freshman PR student could describe the problem with displaying arrogance of this sort. Under no circumstances do you ever want to sound like this. And as he points out, no one was talking about liver versus liver harassment until this statement. Selen was either very tactful and not dragging others into it, or genuinely did not feel harassed. But then here comes Any Color. Toot toot! It's generally the job of a talent agency of any sort, not just VTubers, to protect the image and productivity of those it represents. This includes protecting their public image against defamation or any other kinds of doubt about their character. And then here comes Any Color, suggesting your favorite liver might be a buttface, refusing to investigate a potential butt-facitude, and acting in a specifically arrogant fashion that cannot help but introduce the idea that your fave is, in fact, a butt-face. And also, let's see how much more, there's not too much more of this, sorry, I forgot how long this was. And also, again, because Nijisanji brought up the whole bullying thing, then VT and all these other places have gone absolutely wild with rats. They have been combing through years-old live streams to see if they can find evidence that people have been bullying Selen. And now the idea that a liver from another branch, or maybe even her own branch, was bullying Selen is completely embedded in the Nijisanji EN and VTuber at large zeitgeist. I have seen people dig up years-old material and say things like how Illyra Pedora is being harassed by Millie and Enna Alouette because they're obsessive stalker friends of hers, and they won't let her get away from them because they didn't tell her that they were applying for Nijisanji. I mean, again, that's a rat. That's a rat. I am not saying that is true. That is a rat of the highest order, okay? I am not saying this is true. But they are saying these kinds of things, and people are believing them because the opposite side is so completely incapable of making any kind of good statement that the ravings of random VT anons with fake screenshots and all this kind of nonsense is taken as fact. That is how terrible the situation is right now, and we are not even on the second tab of the stream yet. These harassment claims will follow any Niji liver, current or former, literally forever. Yeah, Nijisanji has made a noose for their own neck here and a snare for their own feet. They are never getting away from these claims unless somebody is now revealed as the mastermind harasser of the Niji EN branch and is unceremoniously fired explicitly for bullying talents. Every single time there is any kind of problem within the company from now on, there is going to be this rat that is reignited, that there is the secret evil harasser within the Nijisanji EN Liver community who is responsible for all the negative things. They are never getting away from this now they have planted the seed themselves. Everybody, the most insane schizophrenic idiot, can point to Nijisanji's own statements and say that there is validity to their accusations. I am actually going insane here. I am going insane in real time as I think about this. Sorry, I need water. I need water already. I'm so glad that I didn't drink on Monday. Good grief. Let me go back at chat for a moment. Look at you guys. 125. Good grief. We're already at the peak. What on earth are you guys watching me for? Based capitalist made calculated investment and now getting passive cloud dividends. This guy made another comment later on because this gets so much worse. This gets so much worse. This gets so much worse. We've not even begun. I can picture Niji management being grief-stricken and close to tears when they heard Selen was still alive. Damn, guess the intern will have to write that termination notice after all. Investigate yourself, pin all the blame on a manager and fire them. Golden parachute for shucking up the blame, and then pass it off to the public as the problem died with the manager. Easy. That's literally what Idle has done. That's what Idle Core did with the Riro Ron stuff. Is that they just blamed their manager, fired the manager, and then said there's no more problem. And hey, Nijisanji needs to take notes out of Idle right now. Money we waste investigating, less money for the yacht. You are a 3 view now. Yeah, next week I'm going to be down to like 30 views when this whole thing starts dying down again. But hey. Let's have another look through this, see if we're getting anywhere. Where did I leave up? Yeah, that's wild. That's completely uncalled for. It introduced a whole new element to the situation that wasn't there previously and that Selen hadn't even previously discussed or brought up as a possibility. All for that's the other problem, I'm not sure. Is this some kind of attempt to preempt abuse allegations, in which case they already anticipate such allegations and have known about them before? An attempt to spread blame to the performers, which is hideously shameless, or simple flexing? It also at least kind of betrays the ostensible purpose of Nijisanji, which is to be a VTuber talent agency. They now insinuate to you, the viewer, that your Oshi might be a buttface. And now I'm single posting these because we are still not done yet. We have established that the document has some truly ridiculously laid out claims, and that Selen is the supposed villain of this PR piece, but there's a few spots where cultural difference are also really getting in the way. Let's wind back to the heady days of page 1. One of the first things that Any Color does is establish what the activity rules are for Nijisanji participation. For the non-VTuber initiated, these are actually fairly important for JP-sponsored performers. The Japanese game industry has historically taken a significantly dimmer view of live streaming than much of the industry in the Anglosphere or Eurosphere, doubly so for streamers with corporate backing. Does this guy have like more replies here, or is this... here it is. Great. In early 2020, in fact, Hololive faced near destruction when they had been lax in securing streaming permissions. I talked about this too in my last stream, so I'm not going to... Yeah, they had piracy damages. So these are pretty important, and ideally, right permissions need to be handled by a full employee of the agency. VTubers are typically contractors. He's absolutely correct there, and not duly appointed representatives of the host agent company. Well, you might notice they don't explain this context, or why it's so important at all. And again, this is another really big thing. I'll actually continue reading this before I make any serious comments. They explain briefly what the activity rules are, and then plow on with some propaganda about how it's good for everyone and will protect everyone's interest, including the stakeholders. Any Color then notes how she didn't comply with rights confirmation and authorization flows, which even to a casual reader will come across as she approached rights holders directly to try and secure necessary permissions herself. And this last sentence, we know fairly comprehensively from artists themselves that this has happened, that this is how Niji talents have acted in the past. And we have had artists state publicly that when they have talked to Niji talents have been very reluctant to involve management in anything to do with permissions, because they have said to the artists the management is really bad and is unable to do things fast, so we want to keep it between ourselves and just relay it to the management instead of having them contact you and bring them directly into it. English management, by the way, English talent, in case that wasn't obvious. We've explained here why that can be problematic, but Any Color hasn't, which is problematic in itself, because to an English-speaking audience, this is a positive. Selen is showing initiative. She's a go-getter. She's doing what the reader might do, and this is exactly how people have responded. In the English streaming community, obtaining rights can still involve negotiation for the bigger streamers, but it often more boils down to just checking with the rights holders if things are cool, getting a thumbs up, and going for it. Because of how easy it is, doing this yourself, or at least arranging it so that all your boss has to do is sign a paper, would be seen by most native Anglophones as a positive. You're making your boss's life easier. You're making stuff easier to produce. Framing this as a negative without attaching the additional context of Japanese companies needing a paper trail and full permission chain to feel secure from legal entanglements just ends as coming across as bizarre, as punishing someone for being assertive. And, like this particular confusion isn't even theoretical, the top non-blue checkmark reply to the thread, you'll notice, is expressing this exact confusion about what the problem even is. So because of cultural assumptions and the lack of feeling a need to explain circumstances, what was intended as a negative and lead into the further issues instead makes Selen look like a heroic go-getter. Super fantastic job, Any Color. I'm sure the stakeholders will love it. Oh, we haven't even started yet. Told you we'd come back to this. So in addition to that previous blunder, they bring up the stakeholders when speaking to the interested parties in making sure the activity rules TM are followed. This one is PR 101. Don't bring up the shareholders. Everyone hates shareholders, especially in 2024. Even shareholders hate other shareholders. The only time shareholders are brought up in an English context tends to be in dry, purely business-related settings like investor meetings. They are never brought up day to day. Real PR professionals know that shareholders are often seen as the source of many of society's ills in the 21st century, and so assiduously avoid mentioning them. If individuals come up, they're referred to by a title, never as a stakeholder. PR almost always tries to make the company seem like a family, and yeah, we've seen Niji... I'm certain, taking this in a different way for a second, Nijisanji is notorious for doing this stupid thing where the livers are often. It didn't like Millie or Enna say something like, "Oh, I love Nijisanji as a company. We're like a family," and everybody immediately said, "Yeah, this looks like it was written by a manager who then handed it to you and said, 'We will fire you unless you put this on your Twitter.'" That's exactly how it sounds. That's exactly how it sounds. So on the one hand, I think that there are parts of Nijisanji who have this. It's this imposter. They're trying to fake it. They fake this. They look at the West and they see how the West does things with this whole corporations are family kind of thing. And they skinwalk it. They're skinwalking it. They go, "Oh, we need to have our livers all say that our company is like a family and that we're really loose, we're really flexible, it's really wonderful here, don't judge us, please. Everything is lovely, don't look any deeper." But the average person in the West can see through it pretty much instantly. They know bullshit when they see it. And what astonishes me is that me and my best friend Alex, who is a professional businessman who knows economic theory, who has very extensively studied economics, he's studied advertising, marketing, all this kind of stuff, and he says to me on a very regular basis, "I can't believe how ignorant the average person is about economics and advertising and marketing. I cannot believe how much nonsense and idiocy." I'm gesticulating like a madman at the moment. I'm waving my hands around everywhere. He says, "I cannot believe how much nonsense the average American or Western consumer buys with a straight face and does not realize is an outright lie intended to manipulate them." And yet, these consumers who have been bred like sheep in the West for decades to accept PR newspeak nonsense at face value without questioning it, are looking at this skin-walking company and they are going, "Pull the other one, it's got bells on." That is how terrible this has gotten. That is the level of insanity that we are at. This is below the bottom of the barrel. And have I mentioned that we have not even gotten to their next statement yet? Including the stakeholders in the PR at all was a ridiculous faux pas and then demonstrates a real lack of understanding about how certain phrases come across in English versus how they are understood in Japanese. So when you combine the whole narrative presented by this press release, this is what you get. Our liver, Selen Tatsuki, has developed a propensity for breaking the rules being made by those assholes. This annoys us, and we have warned her to stop having fun. Over literally actually Christmas, she broke the rules again to give you a video. We didn't like this and took it down and told her she was lying when she says we did. This finally drove her to attempt suicide, which we responded to by chasing her ambulance and trying to get her to agree to say she was wrong, and we were right. Also, we faked some of her tweets. And once she was out of the hospital, we continued to press her on this, and we assert, but she doesn't, that she accused other livers of being abusive, which we say isn't true anyway, so they aren't. And we definitely aren't making you think your favorite person is a buttface. My eyes are, I can't read anymore. My eyes are actually stinging. My eyes are stinging. Oh, I'm gonna wipe them. Ah, there's salt in my eyes. Oh. This is absolutely absurd. This is absurd. And he gets a bit more rational down here. My goodness, he keeps going. It helps to understand that many of your hires will be assertive go-getters. It helps to know that having a formal branch outside of Japan can make the right situation different. Even a Hololive / cover still struggles with this, to be honest. I mean, isn't that why, like, Vesper... Well, part of the reason why Vesper quit, because he had massive issues with management trying to get anything done. Sorry, I need to put on my shoes because the floor is getting a bit cold in here. I apologize for not looking at chat. I will look back at it at the end of this thread. I promise. I swear. Oh, except I can't see anything because I am actually crying. Like, I am crying, guys. I'm crying tears of laughter and hysterics at this. I am too tired. This is a fever dream. This is a fever dream. This isn't happening. This is a fever dream. I swear. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, wow, that was an insane dream that I had. It helps to understand that your performers and the audience may chafe under rules that are still necessary to avoid lawsuits. It helps to understand that they may react very differently to managerial styles that would work well in Japan. They just haven't learned this or refuse to learn it, and the end result is embarrassing nonsense like this, where in one press release the company does more irreparable reputational damage to itself than an entire generation of unruly livers could ever hope to accomplish. And I do mean irreparable. I don't know if I can see a way forward for Niji-en after this. Any Color has made it very clear they will publicly tar any performer who displeases them, and will throw other performers under the controversy bus unprompted when convenient. If I was an up-and-coming EN VTuber, I would look at this and stay a million miles away. Sure, I might be laboring in obscurity or get stuck with a smaller agency, but at least I won't get sacrificed at the altar when I dare to challenge bad management decisions. Okay. Let me scroll up in chat for a second. I really want to watch Doki's lawyer reaction reading these 3 pages. It's insanity. Someone tell me the PR was rushed because they had one where they assumed she died. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Those harassment... sorry, I'm up at the top here. I'm reading stuff again. Hololive does it and only asked for an invoice, so cover pay for it. Approaching rights holders themselves is how she got the rights to Blood Hunt. Yeah. And I just want to cover this as well, because one of the major problems with all of this is that, and somebody brought, I don't remember exactly where it was mentioned in the Selen Tatsuki thread, but somebody actually pointed out the difference between Niji-en and Niji-JP. And they pointed out that people like Nina, we know for a fact that Nina had multiple song projects. She actually started, I think it might be 2022, when Nina came out and said that she had multiple songs in preparation, in active production, or in planning. And not a single one of those came out in that entire year, as far as I remember. Please feel free to correct me in the chat. And at the end, she said, I'm giving up on trying to get any of this done. I am just focusing on regular streaming, no more songs, nothing like that. And then we have Pomu, who said basically the exact same thing, that she said she had tried for that her leaving song, I think that she published just before she graduated. She had that song in preparation and nearly finished since 2022, and she only published it at the end of 2023. She took nearly 2 whole years to get a single song cover fully approved, and that is after we learn that most of these projects were things that talent paid for themselves to the tune of over $10,000. And in that time, Nijisanji Japanese streamers are literally producing multiple covers every year. I think some of the top Niji streamers publish over 4 or 5 songs every year. Like the top guy, who's even bigger than Picora, he gets like a cover every month or something. And again, I may be exaggerating. Please feel free to correct me. I'm not trying to spread misinformation. I'm going insane, but I am not trying to spread misinformation. Please understand. Please understand. So the people that the people that are saying, oh, these livers are entitled, they just need to follow the rules. There have been defenders of Nijisanji who have said, these people, they're not following any color's rules. If they just followed any color's rules, they would get their projects approved and everything would be fine. But we now know that is not true. That Nijisanji was holding back even the livers in their EN side who were doing all the right things. Meanwhile, they were blatantly showing favoritism to the popular Japanese guys, who were getting far more resources, who were getting multiple covers released. Imagine for a second how that feels. If you are a liver in Nijisanji EN, and you watch your Japanese compatriots getting such an enormous amount of material, stuff that even Hololive doesn't get regularly, and yet you, every week, you sit there and you look at your DMs from your manager that you have been trying to contact for like 2 months or more, and you get nothing. It baffles the mind. I do not know how somebody has not just snapped at this point and gone and just started live streaming on Nijisanji EN and just showed company discords or company receipts and just said, I don't give a single shit anymore. This company is so terrible. I don't even care if they sue me. I am burning this place down and I am showing their hypocrisy to the world, even if I never stream again, because my experience has been so terrible up till now. Every new thing just burns harder. This is a company that has set its own brand on fire, and then when third parties desperately try and tell them to stop setting their brand on fire, they respond by throwing a bucket of napalm over the building and saying, hey, look at the progress we're making. Look at those flames. This demonstrates lively activity. The mod leak confirmed Riku Tatsumi was 100% playing favorites in EN. Could Doko Brain, could you clarify that a tiny bit? Can you, because there have been like so many leaks at this point, I would like you to tell me exactly what leak you mean. I mean, feel free to at me directly on the forum or whatever, because I will honestly need people to kind of babysit me through some of this, because this is an evolving situation and there is so much going on right as I speak. I am so grateful for people that are being bloody patient with me at the moment. And here's the thing: we've been talking about this. We're already. How long have I been live for by now? Like 30 minutes or something? 42 minutes, nearly an hour. I have been talking about this one Twitter thread. We have not even gotten to the next part yet, because something like, I don't know, when was this published? Like about 16 hours ago, maybe at this point? Nijisanji, on their international relations page, brings out this legendary document. 16 hours ago. Yes, 16 hours ago. I was right. So this guy again. I don't know who first broadcast this. I saw this when I got up. Oh god damn it, I need to get back to work, and I went to another follow-up long thread, but any color just keeps dropping bazingas that I can't help but marvel at. An hour or two ago, they dropped this wonder on their investor relations page, and this is the legendary document. This is the legendary document that has burnt down the entire company. I mean, it was burning beforehand, but this is what I mean when I say they are throwing napalm on the fire. Impact of the decision to terminate the affiliation contract with the Nijisanji EN Liver on our financial results. On February the 5th, 2024, Anycolor made the decision to terminate our affiliation contract with the Nijisanji EN Liver Selen Tatsuki. The impact of this decision on our financial results will be negligible. End of document. Okay. Okay, let's go through this. Let's go through this. Let me have a drink of water first. Let me have a drink of water first. I can tell I'm gonna start getting hysterical again. I'm gonna start getting hysterical again. Ah. Firstly, yes, that's a full A2 sized PDF for a header and exactly 2 sentences, and it's no longer in Japanese. Secondly, and more importantly, no, they did not release a similar statement on the departures of Yugo Asuna, Zion Lanza, Mr. Rias, Nina Kosaka, and Pomu Rainpuff. And I forget how many subscribers Mr. had, but didn't he have like nearly as many subscribers and as much like financial pull within the company as Selen? I forget, because Mr. was a very big guy. Arguably the face of the EN branch. So this is already a very obvious attempt at damage control. Anycolor is aware of some of the negative reaction of Selen's firing and is trying to get ahead of the bad press, which of course has the exact opposite effect. So, if you're a performer currently signed to Nijisanji EN and you see Anycolor issue a statement of this sort about the firing of the top subscribed 800k plus female performer and the confirmed top owner of the branch, and you're out there with under 250k subs and are still finding your feet audience and earnings wise, what the hell kind of takeaway are you supposed to draw about how the company values your contributions when they're willing to put this statement out to investors? And a bit more importantly, the investors don't seem to be buying it. Yesterday, Anycolor's stock dropped a tiny bit of on the announcement, but it was really mostly general market actions coming down from a recent spike. Today, the stock has been in actual free fall, and there's still a few hours left in the trading day in Japan. This was 16 hours ago again, by the way. 16 hours. But it's looking all but certain that the stock will close under 3,400 yen, having shed at least 200 yen of value in one day. I believe 200 yen is about $2. Like, it's something like a yen is equivalent to about a cent. Now, Anycolor stock has been very volatile since their IPO in 2022, but after settling down from what looks like a short seller's paradise in October 2022, the stock has generally maintained a price between 3,150 and 3,800 yen, usually higher with fluctuations caused by earnings reports, some of the instability in other overseas branches, and market feel. For a single personal decision to cause a drop of this sort is atypical. And investors don't really seem to be buying the line Anycolor is offering. This is just Yahoo Finance, and is an internet postery tiny slice of the investor base, but there is a lot of anger about the IR memo and Selen's termination notice. And this is all Japanese people, by the way. This is not English people, this is Japanese people. Does he provide any extra details in this reply? Yes, he does. With some, as I predicted in replies to the previous thread, demanding the firing of whoever penned that ridiculous Selen notice. This one, translated posted by user Noriatsu on Reddit, particularly cracks me up. Anycolor is expected to grow in the coming years. Also, Anycolor firing its top English earner will not affect growth. Please explain this. Let's have a look at this. I haven't actually seen this one before. Putting aside the turmoil, the early 3000s is a zone where quite a few large stocks are picking up, including share buybacks. So unless there's one more bad news, it looks like drilling will be difficult. Look to see if there's a sell-off like yesterday and small pitches in the back half. Do you want to decide? The graduation domino effect is a cause for concern. This is, yeah, that's the thing he quoted. I feel that there is some incomprehensibility about this. Experts, please explain. I love the way the Japanese to English is translated. I don't know why, but Japanese to English, it has this lovely irony to it. This kind of, there's something strangely sarcastic about the natural way that Japanese people, professional people, speak. When it's translated to English, like formal Japanese business speak translated to English. I really like reading it, actually. Yeah, the impact was extremely minor company announcement. So it's been a pretty bad day for Anycolor so far, 16 hours ago. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Anycolor has now said in the clearest language imaginable to the people who handle the money that individual performers and their acquisition or departure do not matter in the slightest to them and do not have any particular value to the company. An entertainment company, mind you, whose product is the talents. I previously wondered if any color lacked an English language public relations team. I am now beginning to wonder if anyone within the company has any training or experience with public or investor relations, period. And on that bombshell, it's back to the word mines with me. Does he say anything else? Then somebody's sharing this idiot Ivanito. Alpha Ninja always wins. Mr. had 1 million. Wachter, hold my beer. Oh, Wachter could only wish they were this much of a disaster. These people are talking about the product stuff. We'll get there. We'll get there. I love how they've written a Bible to us, but they just go, nah, fam, we good to the investors. Yeah, that's hilarious. And companies affiliated with them pulled that. We will get to that. Trust me, we will get to that. That's the other tabs. Hololive and VShojo both managed to separate from Rusia ahead of big controversies with grace. How could Nietzsche go out of their way to pull this? Look at the Discord leak next. I have that in my tabs, but it's later on. Trust me, I want to get to some of the merchandise stuff first. Which one's this? Yeah, this was 19 hours ago as well. So this was a similar thing. This is the stock. This is Nijicolor. This is Nijisanji's EN stock from 19 hours ago. That's market close, so this is actually a completely fair place to put the annotation. The Japanese language PDF of the "It's not a big deal" statement shows that it was exported from the Word document at around 3 p.m. JST yesterday. That's market close, so this is actually a completely fair place to put the annotation. So the annotation stays in the same place by complete coincidence. That's simple enough. And then we have, no, that's not it. Oh yeah, this is there have been a lot of rats on VT and similar places about how Nijisanji has violated British Columbian employment law. And I'll just summarize it here, that Doki Bird is Canadian and resides in Pacific and PST. British Columbia is the only province in that time zone. By hiring a British Columbia resident, even as a foreign company, Nijisanji is subject to BC Employment Standards Act for those residents. The act is enforced by the provincial agency WorkSafe BC, and their website has extensive documentation on their policies and practices for enforcement. In their own statement, Niji admits to violating the employer duties regarding workplace bullying and harassment, repeatedly harassing her via emergency contract to negotiate, aka work-related activity, regarding something non-urgent while she was in hospital, detailed in purple in PicRail. They also admit via her claim that she had not publicly alleged that there's live-on-live harassment, which is something they're responsible for stopping. Well, that's obviously a lot of other alleged allegations of the thingamajig Bexa Doki could and should go for. I think it's worth pointing out first one because they openly admitted it. Yeah, and some people have said that because Selen and VTubers in general are contractors, they are not given the same protections as employees rather, and I am inclined to agree to that, but I highlight this screenshot because it highlights the point that I made earlier, that Nijisanji has sabotaged themselves on such a dramatic fashion that they have lent so much weight to this. The people who are uneducated in how law works and who don't really know the difference between JP law and English law, they are drinking deep from a poisoned well, and Nijisanji is the one that poisoned it. This might have gone away if Nijisanji had shut up. This could have been handled so much better. I mean, anything could have handled this so much better. I honestly think at this point that Coco's graduation from Hololive was better handled than this. The entire Coco Chinese harassment Taiwan situation nonsense was better handled by Hololive than Nijisanji has handled Selen's termination. That's the bottom of the barrel. It's not even the bottom of a barrel any longer. We are talking about the yawning crater, the open pit mine where the barrel used to be, and right at the bottom of that open pit mine is Riku himself with an industrial excavator, and he is scooping over his head as fast as that thing's gears can turn. And just as a clarification for this, Nenelov, who is a qualified lawyer in Mexico, as far as I know, maybe I got that wrong a bit, he said, pretty much standard fare for most of the Western world. My country has similar labor laws, even being a completely different system, though Canada, as a wannabe socialist state, is rather harsh on companies. I'm not too well versed in labor, but yeah, Selen could potentially sue here, though in all honesty, it's not worth it unless she had a very big amount of evidence of severe company misconduct. This is probably just going to drag out forever. Even if she does win in the end, she'd waste more time and money than she'd get out of it. So yeah, I sincerely doubt there is going to be actual criminal proceedings going on because of this. I don't think that's going to be a thing. But I do believe that it will set precedent, that people in future will be very quick to go, you should sue, or, oh, this is illegal, and so on. And it's just going to set a terrible precedent, an absolutely dreadful precedent. How a contractor is defined and treated varies between countries and states. Knew it, Nenelov is Mexican. I don't know. He is, shall we say, of taco origin. Lawyer explains why he's like that. On the other hand, just because you call someone a contractor doesn't mean they are in a way that'll stand up in court if challenged. Don't forget to have... Shut up. How do you not... What is going on? Oh no, he has tabs. He is turning into Kirsha. Look, I took economics and accounting in university. In microeconomic terms, they are effed. I agree with you. 100% I agree. 100 yen equals 0.70 of it, 0.70 cents of it. Now, due to yen dropping, used to be 1. Right. Let me catch my breath for just 1 second and have another drink. Please give me a second. We're currently at 333 concurrent viewers. I don't... oh, good grief. Non-emergency allegation is void because of her criminal IP violation if Niji was smart enough. Oh no, please. Not more management defense force stuff, please. I'm too tired. But yeah, so going back to for a second what they said about the negligible financial results. So here we have Studio Nikomata, who in response to the Selen termination said that they were terminating their business relationship with Nijisanji, and they were selling all of their Nijisanji stock inventory merchandise at cost, and they were donating the revenue to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And now they say here in this tweet that in 12 hours they had cleared out their entire inventory, and they provide receipts too. Thank you for your generous gift of $2,170 to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. You can download your blah, blah, blah. And I mean, Studio Nikomata is, I looked at their website, I mean, lexi.gaypeg, good grief. They are very, very rainbow-orientated, but I will say this, I commend them immensely for doing this. I am not going to shy away from saying that Studio Nikomata did a good thing here, and I sincerely praise them for doing so. This was the right thing to do. I think it's the moral and ethical thing to do. And while we are on the subject of brand deals and merchandise stuff, there is, I don't know how to pronounce this, it's High Tea, I think. That's what I'm going through. High Tea is a PC manufacturer of sorts, and they sell limited edition PC cases. And they sell stuff from HoloLive, and they did, up until recently, sell stuff from Nijisanji. This, for example, not inexpensive stuff too. That's $280 for an Orochrony and a case and desk pad bundle. So they sell pretty decently premium stuff, decently expensive stuff. It looks pretty good, actually. And here we are in 3:30 a.m. The High-Tie PC website appears to be experiencing errors on the Nijisanji collection page. All products have been removed and can only be accessed by a drop-down. Product descriptions have been replaced and are listed as out of stock. And this is just some stuff that shows that this happened. So this item is currently out of stock. And Alouette Y60 plus keycap bundle. And how much was this again? Does it say? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. So that's false ID. And then we have, this is from the Haiti Discord server. So, and this guy, you can see the crown here. I think this is one of Haiti's like main managers. Somebody said that like he's not just a Discord Janny, he is a major figure within the company. He reposted this tweet about the negligible financial results, and he said, TIL, Haiti is negligible. This is a high up Haiti employee saying this. And then, of course, we have Kiyomaru over here saying, yep, Haiti has officially pulled their Nijisanji PC cases and is no longer working with them. This is before we had official confirmation. But now, Haiti brand. Notice, in light of recent developments regarding Elikana, aka Nijisanji, Haiti has made the decision to terminate our current projects with the VTuber group. And before this, a few hours before this, people were already saying they are refunding our money. I have got a refund from my pre-order of like Illyra stuff and so on. Yeah, all pre-orders of the Nijisanji keycap bundles made thus far will be cancelled and refunded. We deeply apologize to the family of Rosebuds, blah, 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 blah. It is a truly tough decision for us, and we knew many were excited to receive their limited edition Y60s. I am fascinated now to know what will happen to that merchandise, because they didn't sell it out. So with this merchandise, what I'm curious about is, was this merchandise... These guys have... Yeah, I might actually send them a message at some point. Ask them, did they actually receive stock? Because I'm genuinely curious on a business side of thing. Did they take a financial hit doing this? Will they now have unsold stock? I would love to know that. I may actually contact them. Now, guys. We've seen this. Next... Today I learned. Sorry, Granth. What happens next, the next evolution of the Haiti saga blew my mind. Because a few hours after this, in fact, maybe less than an hour before I went live, this was leaked from the Haiti Discord server. Gabriel Cross, what if Haiti connects with a Doki bird? This is King Haiti. Again, look at the star. This is high-up company employees. What if? That'd be so based and real of Haiti. It would, wouldn't it? Surely by now you guys know we like to build completely themed cases. They are going to Doki Bird to get her case made that they will sell. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, guys. You can't. It's just unbelievable. Every evolution of this insanity just gets worse and worse for Nijisanji. They weren't made if they're taking pre-orders. Okay. Is the cases made to order or mass-produced? I have no idea. Probably it would still be manufactured. No, they just washed the glue and put new stickers. Yeah, based. I agree, based. If they do this, then, my goodness, Haiti is based. I tell you what, I want people to remember this. If Haiti actually goes through with this and makes a Doki Bird PC case within the next month or two, I want you guys to specifically remind me so I can put an announcement about their company on the front page so that I can let people know that Haiti has actually gone through with this promise. I want you guys to hold me to that because I guarantee I will forget it. I will forget it. I'm sorry. In absolute worst case, it's 2x labor per case, but cases themselves won't be trashed. Doki mentioned she was looking for a PC deal in her pre-stream chat, by the way. Oh, it's all coming together, guys. It's all coming together. Wasn't she looking for a PC sponsor? Yep. He's being too British. Oh, trust me, you have not even seen the power of Britishness yet. And shall I comment on this? I think I will cover that in a minute. But here's a comment that was made from, I think this is translated from the Japanese side of 4chan, which I think is a hilarious post that I wanted to go over quickly. Tell this to the gringos on 4chan. Foreigners, listen to me. What foreigners think of justice and what we Japanese think of justice are different. Therefore, this clash of opinions is inevitable. The basic premise is that VTuber content is a culture created by us Japanese. In other words, you foreigners are supposed to follow the value judgment of us Japanese. As you know, here in Japan, when our opinions clash with each other, the opinion of the one with the bigger penis is always considered correct. A representative of our thread and a representative of 4chan. Let's fight each other's respective penis and settle who is right. This one is me. My penis is 14 centimeters. I'm waiting for your masculine replies. Very based, although this leak looks pretty artificial. Still hope the deal goes through. Maybe they'll work out a... sorry, that moved past in chat. Deep L translate gaijin as gringos, the more you... Well, I mean, in fairness, there is... it's like the Paul meetup meme. There are so many, like, Latin Americans and Southern Americans and Mexicans on those places. I mean, look at the content of the forum. How many Filipinos, how many South Americans do we have, people of Spanish descent on our forum? I would say it's a minimum, like, 30-40% ratio by now. We are literally colonized, guys. We are the white minority in our own forum at this point. By now, High Tea Doki case with art by Doki herself will go for like $400 easily and we will be bought out in minutes. Oh, how do you say simp in Moon Runes? I do not know. 1 second. Oh, my throat is stressing. My throat is stressing out. Half of the forum is brown. God's strongest satellite just quietly masturbating in the corner. Let's see. Oh, yes. I find it hilarious that also a bit of a forum inside thing here is that this is the bizarrest crossover that we got a sighting of Violent Nugget in the wild from this because he replied to this. Trigger Point, who is a member of Kirscha's community mostly, and he calls himself a VTuber journalist, is that he linked the forum as a source for a reply for somebody's tweet. And then Violent Nugget, a guy that I banned over a year ago, suddenly pops up in the comments here, and he says, I got permabanned from that fascist site. And you can see my reply here, because he was banned for repeatedly talking about how much he wanted to have sex with Mori Calliope, and then he wanted to watch Mori Calliope having sex with a horse, and then he talked about masturbating to AI audio of Mori and of Mori horse porn, and then he posted Mori Calliope inflation art, and then I think his ban message, I think the comment that finally got him banned was he said that he wanted to smell Mori Calliope's farts. So, yeah. And then when I banned him, he created like 4 or 5 sock puppets in a row. Without a VPN, mind you. And I only got rid of him when I specifically went to Zenforo's options and I IP banned the entire region of the Philippines from where he's from. And he is still molding about that somewhere to this very damn day. So I'm sniffing. I need to blow my nose. There we go. Sorry about that. And also, here is some more stuff about the Japanese investors, and I particularly like this. Now, I cannot actually open this website. I think it's some kind of Yahoo Finance website, but whenever I go to this website without a VPN on that is set to a different region, it just redirects me automatically to a page that says that the Yahoo Finance page that it's part of is no longer available in European markets. And I can't turn on my VPN without massively tanking stream quality and temporarily disconnecting. So I cannot visit Yahoo Finance at the moment, so I'm having to rely on screenshots. If there are any other interesting screenshots from this thing, then feel free to ping me in Discord or wherever, and I will read them. But I love this one. The reason why the company is plummeting is not because they think it will affect their performance in third quarter. There is a sense of crisis in the future of the company's management structure, which plays on people's emotions and causes the defection of the fan base, parenthesis decrease in registered users. I remember that, and on top of it in their financial statements that the EN business would be a pillar of growth and would have a 1-to-1 sales ratio with the Japanese business, and that's why it has fallen to a level where it is impossible to recover. The current market capitalization is... I'm sorry, the grammar of this is a bit awkward. It's not just a value from Noni, I don't know what that is. It's a value based on the expectation that the overseas expansion will grow steadily, and the value will be around this in a few years. That's why Akustaria has a ridiculous market capitalization of 200 billion yen. Can't it grow to that extent by abandoning all overseas markets and maintaining its ethics? Even though I was confronted with this, it has no effect on this fiscal year's results. It's really a gag that the IR is out of place. So this is a little bit confusing because he kind of says these are all the reasons why it's bad, and then at the end he kind of seems to say it doesn't matter. So maybe that is a translation issue or a problem. Because another thing that was posted was that there was a graph of Nijisanji shareholder expectations on Yahoo Finance, which is a graph from left to right, and on the left side, it's I want to hold this stock, and on the right side, it's I want to get rid of this stock. And currently, it shows that the majority of shareholders are far right in terms of their desire to sell Nijisanji stock. You can see up here, this blue dot here where it says, I want to sell strongly. The majority of Nijisanji stockholders on Yahoo Finance currently say, I want to sell this stock strongly. And right down here, you have, when I look at Zion's accusation, Nijisanji is bad. When I look at Mr., I feel like Mr. is bad. Selen could have graduated to adulthood, but I guess she did something at the end. Seems that some investors are aware. So this is a Japanese guy who does not speak English, but they are aware of Sayu/Zion's expose and the nasty termination of Selen. So this is now multicultural. This is no longer... It could have been a case where all of this happened on the English side of the fan base, and the JP side just carried on its merry way, nobody cared. No, this is actually hitting Nijisanji in its pocket in home investors. We're talking investors who probably have never even actually watched a VTuber and don't know and don't have any interest in VTubers. We're talking middle-aged Japanese businessmen who are looking at this and going, why is an entertainment company currently seemingly at war with its own fan base that gives it money, and why are there multiple documents out there alleging that they have done stuff wrong and refutations of their activities? Why do I have my money in this company again? I don't think I want to have my money in this company again. And finally, well, not finally, but this is, I'll look at that right in a second. But this is Any Colors. Let me just refresh this to make sure it's current. It's closed. This is 1 day, and this is the 5-day trading average of Any Color Incorporated. And you can see here, let's put it on 1 month just to see what it's like. 1 month. You can see it most graphically on 1 month. So a month ago, it was down. The lowest for the last month was on 01/17/2024, where it was down to 3,185 yen. It is now down to 3,380 yen. And you can see how it, in previous times, it kind of, it dips and then it goes, this is a cliff. It just falls off a cliff. So, and it falls off a cliff very suddenly. In the last 5 days, it is down minus 6.5%. And you can see the volume here. The volume here is 178% over average. So regardless of whether it's good or bad, it's obviously bad right now. But the Japanese market is going crazy over something that so far has been exclusively an English-focused drama. Let me look back at chat for a moment now. Actually insane. I get the impression that that English streams get more viewers but less donos compared to JP. If the stocks continue to fall at the rate that it is going right now, Nijisanji may eventually hit rock bottom within 17 days. It was 55% sell at one point. As an investor myself, this is legit insane to watch in real time. So, you're an investor. Are you talking investor in any color / Nijisanji, or are you talking as an investor in the stock market in general? Because if you'd like to, Kyoko Kirigiri, if you'd like to explain more than that, I would be more than happy to read your messages about that. So please go ahead and feel free to elaborate. I wonder what Yagu and Hololive thinks of this fiasco. I think they are going to be dancing all the way to the bank. The last year or so, apart from the termination of Mel, who I think everybody pretty much agrees was Mel's fault and not Hololive's fault, and again, fault on a pretty light term of things. It was a tragic thing that happened, but ultimately it was just irreconcilable differences rather than, a tremendous dark look at that terrible wound within the company. It was very unfortunate, but Hololive has just been winning this year. I mean, even Gura is streaming. Even Gura is streaming again. That's how insane things are for Hololive right now. They're doing really good. I never thought so much was going to happen in 2 days. This is insane. This is GameStop all over again, just more niche. Well, GameStop was going up. Nijisanji is going down. I mean, if I was a short seller, I would be clapping my hands in glee right now. I have unironically been tempted to open up some kind of brokerage and just buy any color stock to see if it goes back up, because at this point, I mean, look, I have 346 concurrent viewers right now. I genuinely owe Nijisanji quite a lot right now, because without their unfathomable idiocy, I would not be doing this right now. This has been my gift, although in fairness, because they've been doing this, I will have to pay for another cloud subscription, because there is no way that I can put a downtime on the forum of like 6 or 7 hours and maybe even longer at this point in time when everything is exploding. I invest in the stock market overall. I have not put any investments into any color. Okay. It still hasn't reached its lowest over past 6 months, but at rate it's falling, it may pass that and be more permanent. That would be glorious. Hopefully Yagu will learn from this. I mean, Yagu doesn't seem like a bad guy to begin with. I've never really heard many people say bad things about him. When have VTubers and good ideas ever been acquainted, though? And let's have another look, because even more stuff has been posted in the stream material channel. According to Friendzone, people are coming through VODs and Scarly is a hit. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm just putting it here in case more proof comes out. And then we have people are alleging this woman groomed Luca. I will go back to talk about this stuff, and this is an evolving situation, so I have my information may already be updated. In fact, I have a bunch of messages on Twitter right now, so give me 1 second while I look at my notifications. Give me just 2 seconds. Nothing interesting. Yeah, nothing interesting. No, super duper, you are not getting into my new VTuber company. Shut up. That pretty much kills the idea of TVA Core right there, if I have to get an audition from Rie. Where is it in my forest of tabs? No, that's the Maury fart porn guy. Let's close that. Look at Zion's accusation. It's this one. So this is Razil Warmonic. And are her tweets still up? Let's check. I'm pretty certain they are. Yes, they are. This is, now again, correct me. This is a former moderator of Luca, I believe. She is definitely a former moderator of some Nijisanji mail, anyway. And she is throwing her hat very firmly into the ring. And I actually sent her a Twitter DM asking if she would speak in private about this, and I didn't need to because she has now spoken about it very, very extensively in all kinds of different ways. I still can't fathom how they could go reciting the entire Bible to the viewers, but they just go, "Nah, we good fam" to the investors. As a VTuber fan, I have my tea, sipping it while munching on popcorn, watching as a company that treats their talents like trash. 2% overall money growth for a talented Niji, by the way. This is glorious. I agree. Nijisanji, winner of Black Company 2024 award by... I mean, what could pass this? What could possibly surpass this at this point? It's impossible. If somebody could, do I have... let me just check and see before I read any of this. Yes, I do have the Discord screenshots that were leaked. Supposedly leaked. Again, in fact, let me just transition back to just chatting for 1 second. Why? I did not mean to hit that button. Stop doing that. Let me just switch back to just chatting for 1 second because I want to put up a message. In fact, I am just going to take a 40-second break or so for a moment because I need to go to the bathroom because I've already drunk quite a lot of water. So I'll be back in just a few seconds. I won't be long. I have returned, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just look at chat, see if anybody posted anything in the meantime. Where is Proctor? I need my Proctu dosis? I could be filling this time with pro Niji talk. I would rather hang myself. Walkout doesn't matter. Pomu and Kyo announcement didn't do anything. The PR and IR F up are the main leads for the drop. I agree. They have a history as a VR chat couple, then as Luca's official mod, and it ended with his Chinese fans attacking her and him ghosting her. Okay, so I am going to just put a screen up on... Actually, I just realized I can't do this, can I? Yes, I can, actually. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting how OBS works in real time. That's how tired I am right now. Right, gaming... Okay, there we go. And I'll just set the font color to red. And minimize it so it looks proper. Because I don't like rats a lot of the time. Because they do go off in complete nonsense a lot of the time. There we go. Transition. Yeah, I'm a little scared for Luca since she can get in a lot of legal trouble for this statement. 90 minutes, plenty of time. Does Doki Bird go live in 90 minutes? Yeah, I suppose she does. But I have no... Don't worry, I am not dragging on the stream. There is no possibility that I'm going to compete with Doki Bird, and I don't want to anyway. So I'm just going to go through this. So yes, this woman is Luca's ex-girlfriend and moderator who was in VR chat with him. Not to add fuel to the fire, yeah, you've done plenty of that, but since I was close to a member of Nijisanji for a long time, I am absolutely not surprised it's starting to crumble. I was vented to about a male member from Illuna that was harassing and guilt-tripping new girls to the point that other members would go quiet or exclude them from their VCs, yet management apparently did nothing and the members themselves had to self-regulate. I was vented to during the whole AR fiasco about how childish a lot of Luxium, especially, were, and how they went on strike to protest the cancellation while trying to form meetings amongst themselves to discuss various things such as merch sale cuts. They self-organized meetings to discuss how they were going to demand things from management. Noor 100% played favorites to the point where he privately took Luxium to an expensive restaurant outside the city in a small town when they were all in Japan together. There are countless other stories I can't recall, but a lot of the times it would make me go, huh, due to the incompetency of the management and not even providing basic PR training for such a large brand. Their libraries have and always will be potential loose cannons because there is no structure. They play favorites. They don't know and don't care how to run a brand, at least on the EN side. They hire a bunch of young 20-year-olds and let them loose with, in some cases, millions of eyes and expect them to just figure it out. I'll air out my personal grievances later, and boy howdy did she. I think this is the rest of her statement here. Yes. I should also clarify they never intended to cancel the AR Live thing from what I was told, just postpone it. All of Luxium was extremely upset, thinking that all their hard work was being thrown away, hence all the tweets and hiatuses around that time. Shu in particular was the one who was most upset, hence his extended hiatus. That's why he was refusing to stream. Please note that this was all told to me via one member, so I have no other perspective on stuff outside of his recountings. I'd also like to remind that projects often get cancelled, postponed, or redone for all variety of reasons in all kinds of work. It sucks this one was so public, however. Did she... Now, I believe that she posted a bunch more stuff, actually, so I will see... I didn't mean for this post to be a gotcha. I should clarify. I'm getting the message. Here it is. I didn't mean for this post to be a gotcha or anything. It really was just meant as I'm not surprised, and here's why, based on what I was told as a third party. I do want to reiterate that I am a third party, and these are not my experiences outside of being told or giving advice like any friend would do for another friend. That's all. Draw your own conclusions. And she says down here, I'm not a mod anymore, haven't been for over a year. Let me just see if chat has any commentary on this. Looks like the company is falling fast because of how Nijisanji had handled the termination of Selen, that's something from before. The fact they are name-dropping Noor makes me believe her a bit. Why hasn't she name-dropped the talent? Because she clarifies later Noor was Riku. Oh boy, Luca about to get graduated for breaking NDA. That would be absolutely hilarious, wouldn't it? That Riku... That Luca, rather, gets terminated for his girlfriend speaking out after they split up. And let me just say that I would not blame... I don't know whether Luca has done anything wrong, but Luca and his girlfriend talking about stuff happening inside Nijisanji, Absolutely. No problem with that. I would expect anyone to tell their significant other secret stuff about their company. Now, is it a sensible thing to do? No, it's not. Is it something that should get you terminated? I mean, honestly, on a professional level, maybe. But I just want to say that nobody should be mad at Luca for saying things to his girlfriend. That is a perfectly natural and normal thing to do. It is quite possibly a stupid thing to do, but it's a natural thing to do. And her description of things, her description of events, again, for the sake of this. Sorry, 1 second. Let me just make sure that stuff is showing properly. Yes, good. That is working. Sorry, I was just checking something important. That the words that she is saying, we have no objective proof that she is in any way telling the truth. That is why I have this little thing here saying these are allegations and are currently unsubstantiated. I cannot stress this enough. This is a he said, she said situation. I mean, I know that in the VTuber sphere, rats and everything, but it all checks out. Yeah, exactly. This checks out with the third-party information that I have been made aware of, which, again, I am not going to reveal because it could potentially endanger people, and even I cannot say for a fact that I can confirm. I could have been literally lied to. I have no receipts. I have absolutely no receipts from inside Nijisanji or anywhere like that. There is no smoking gun or whatever. I swear to you that I have no further information that is any more concrete about the situation inside Nijisanji than any of you do. I am not a false ID, I am not a Kyo who people talk to or anything like that. But from my vague contacts within the VTuber communities who have relayed like third-hand gossip to me that they say are from other VTubers, this is in perfect harmony with everything they say. That is as far as I can say from my glorious tower where I survey the VTuber scene with unparalleled optics and know things that nobody else does. No, that's not a thing. I do not have privileged access to anything, but I will say this is unfounded in terms of evidence, but in terms of general opinion, absolutely 100% this conforms with absolutely everything that I've heard. That's pretty much what I want to say. It's such an easy PR victory to fire a harasser and keep a whistleblower. This all really makes me wonder if Pomu left because of management and projects or the coming storm that was about to happen if it all just sped up. Honestly, why not both? Because why not? I mean, yeah, why not both? I mean, both things on their own are grounds for leaving. Fire Asta then say, we are changing, please give us another chance. Oh, we're getting on to the Asta thing because, I genuinely don't even know where this other thing actually comes from because this is the thing. I'm so tired. My brain is fried. So I'm not sure where this even came from, but no, I'm going to close some of these tabs because I have too many of them right now. Yeah, Luca, this is one of Luca's former mods and also a project organized for him. I'm going to share this so that you can tell that I'm not bullshitting you on her being a Luca mod. This was... Oh, yeah. If you remember who, then please say it wasn't Ren. So she specifically says that it's not Ren. I don't even know who Ren is, honestly. But I kept quiet at the time despite wanting to say something publicly out of respect for my friend. My friend was smart enough to immediately delete all screenshots he would show me, and we were both terminally in voice calls together so we wouldn't discuss this stuff over chat. The only screenshot he didn't delete from our chat logs is the one about Zion's, and I will open this up, about Zion's termination. That's about all the proof I have besides, believe me, due to being good friends with this member at the time for over 4 years and working on various projects before and after Nijisanji with them, but I'll talk about that later. And this is, I have no idea if 4chan, Anons, or whatever have analyzed these and determined if they are fake or not. If I am going over material that is proven to be fake, then literally spam ping me on Discord, scream at me so that I can clarify, because I do not want to share stuff that has been proven fake. I'm willing to share things that are pure speculation, that are damning but not backed by evidence. But if somebody out there is specifically spreading something that's fake, then please tell me, and I'll do a retraction thing. Hello, yes, I haven't killed myself yet. I can't see the Slack. I can't see the Slack still, and they've given me nothing. I'm this close to suing their ass, so if I could join, it'd be nice, but also I wouldn't be surprised if they went sucks to be you. I mean, I can believe this was something that Zion said. I can believe this is something that Sayu said 100%, but again, no objective proof. If it's real, Sayu will confirm it shortly. Wait, so Aster is the bully? I have no ability to prove if it is or not. Renzotto, yeah, that's probably it. The screen cap of Discord is unknown. Someone posted an analysis saying it was fake, but those can be faked as well. Reinigan went over it on the forum. They're most likely real. Okay, so let me just adjust this silly thing here. So this is my gaming thing, text. Right, so I'm just going to go over to, I think I have it here in one of my tabs. Come here, one of my tabs. Where are you? Where is it? Oh my goodness, have I lost it again? I've lost it. Oh no, here it is. Before that, there is this stuff where Katsu, aka Mooney Katsu, comes out and says, I remember them as in Raziel. They are someone who rebanded because evidence of them grooming a 16-year-old when they were 10 years older and married, and commissioned a sexual art with that 16-year-old's person's persona, and now they're inserting themselves in the situation that they have that have nothing. Again, this is another person that is just like, trust me, bro. This is all trust me, bro, at the moment. And right here, they're uploaded by the femboy above himself, but he deleted. You mean like style? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the this is the smoking gun screenshot that is currently making the rounds, where people are saying, oh, it must be Aster who is the bully. I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm desperately thirsty. There is a 50% chance fake and 50% chance not doctored. How can someone with 300 CCV be in any position to bully anyone? I don't know. I currently have 371 CCV. Guys, is there anyone you'd like to bully right now? Which I will just open in another tab. 1 secondo. Because it's basically more stuff. And again, Twitter drama nonsense. We cannot be certain that this is true. I can't stress that enough. This is interesting material. I am not alleging that any of this is true. Allegation, the screenshot is faked. Okay, 1 second, please. I'm just catching up with all of this. Right, so this is the allegation. The screenshot is fake. Honestly, don't know what they are talking about, but we got the new apostrophe war going on in 4chan. What's stopping... Holy shit, retard, you can tell that is fake. Look at the compression on the other text. It's easy to see through the fake doctoring here. And I know absolutely nothing about image doctoring or anything like that. I have no ability whatsoever to verify this independently. So again, enormous grains of salt. Well, let me just actually... all these screenshots may be faked. No one's thrown under the bus yet. Bully Pipkin numbers, yay numbers discussion. Bully throb. What's stopping them from just downsizing JPGs to automatically add artifacts? You would see differences in compression that wouldn't line up. Yes, this convo itself was done through Discord. I don't believe this. So the Anons are at war with each other right now, arguing over whether this was... this is real or not, so these posts just make me think of one man cries. Let us now go back to the actual things itself. Where have I put it? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I do apologize for like faffing through my tabs so much. So anyway, yeah, this is obviously from a mobile phone. I don't use mobile Discord, or at least I haven't in many years, but this is fairly self-explanatory. This is Scarly and Aster Arcadia. I will say that I'm kind of biased against Aster because he is a femboy, and I am automatically programmed to massively massively distrust femboys at all times. I just do not think that he has any reason to be honest in this situation. But let me also say that if this is later proven to be fake and Aster's DMs on Twitter are open, I will formally send him an apology on Twitter if this in any way caused him reputational damage because of me saying he was a femboy, so I distrust him. Because I don't want to hurt innocent people. I absolutely don't. And I realize that I am walking a fine line here between, drama and actual facts. I prefer to stick to facts, but I mean, this is all very relevant to the discussion. So he's just saying here, this is all nonsense to me, honestly. It isn't my intention even to hurt you. So this was yesterday, so 4 p.m. and all this stuff. Am I supposed to be like, oh, no problem, and just go about my day? I want you to legitimately understand how I'm feeling, and me hoping for some form of change. But if that's not the case, I shouldn't have even said anything in the first place. Maybe I should just treat all of this as a job and not connect with anyone, because why bother, right? Am I not going to get a response to this? So now I'm being ignored for saying how I feel. That was 1.151.204. Seriously, lol, so you're purposefully ignoring me. Taking out the context of who is saying this at the moment, Proctor is a better VTuber journalist than Kyo and False. I really do appreciate that, but self-hating femboys bullying women, my shock. Yeah. But let me just give some advice to all of the massive incels who are doubtless in this chat, because most of them are VTuber watchers. I'm sorry, but I would love to be generous, but I'm sorry, people who watch VTubers, with myself accepting, of course, because I am, of course, Adonis given flesh in all matters concerning the whisperings of women. This is not how you talk to a woman, regardless of whether she is a potential romantic interest or a co-worker. So explain why you even hurt. Never say that to a woman. Never say that to a woman. That's a bad idea. I said that whatever we're in VC, okay, the attention is then shifted to whoever joins. Same process happens where the same question is said, how is your guy's day? Someone answers before me and the attention is set on them. Conversation keeps going, I don't want to interrupt. You tell me I'm too silent. Would you rather me constantly make random noises or cut people off to say something? If this is true, this is a horrible, horrible look. You should... Again, even if this was proven fake, what I would do, I would unironically just take like a tool and rub out all the names of this, like cross them out in red ink or whatever. And this is a torturous interaction between co-workers or anything like that. I saw you deleted something, Reinigan. Are you retracting or whatever? Proctor, you really should set up a BRB screen or something, at least have music playing when you go AFK. I really should. In fact, I'm going to get onto that in just a few minutes. But yeah, this is a very unpleasant thing to read, and I feel very sorry for an awful lot of VTubers, because I know that a lot of them are VTubers because they find interacting with people socially very difficult. Are these supposed to be new screenshots or old ones? I mean, I would say fairly old at this point, maybe? Like, how do you read that? Sorry, actually, I just need to tab back to because the chat is moving too fast for me to read it on my regular screen. I'm a man and confirm this is not how you talk to men either. This is like a one-on-one struggle session. New, few hours old. Miles Edgelord, when you say new, few hours old, do you mean that the content of the screenshots is a few hours old, or simply that the screenshots themselves, which could be of an old screen, that could be of an old conversation, were just posted a few hours ago. I would like clarity on that part. This convo makes my brain hurt. I agree. I don't know what would happen if this info does become true. No, according to the Proctor School of PUA, you should talk about your mother with women. They need a lesson on social skills like, HF, what is this? It's probably old but new. That's very clarifying. Maybe old convo. I mean, it was obviously screenshotted fairly new, because if it had been gone back and screenshotted later, then it would be like it would show the dates as opposed to just like sent at 3 or 4 a.m. Like, how do you read that and think Scarlet is the bully? Because women, I will say this, women are very good at acting like they are the victim while also bullying men. And I'm not saying that Scarlet is the bad person here. I really am not. I have absolutely no reason to suspect that. But I will say that women have a way of putting across to men things that, you know, this is not the right stream to discuss it. Okay, we could talk about that on a dedicated stream. But yeah, I fully believe it's possible for a woman to bully a man, put it that way. I think you'd have to be a pretty damn pathetic man to be bullied by a woman, but all I'm saying is men have feelings too. Someone wanted to back up Ms. Uchi's bullying story, and she was involved 2021, early 2023. I am kind of sure that you can't use that background color anymore in mobile Discord. I have not. Also, check the stream suggestion chat in Discord. The new one. Okay. Now that you've shown that, here's me demonstrating it's at least plausible using basic photo manipulation efforts you'd use to turn screenshots into collage. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let me just tab right over, because, again, I want to put across all sides here, because, as people say, it's like 50% fake, 50% real. This is from Reinigan. He says, okay, I took some time to do some testing. I ran these images through some image scanning tools you'd use in the day to detect if a photo was photoshopped. It's basically the same thing that 4chan poster used to check artifacting. Here's the results. Here's the OG photo ran through that scanner, and this is an incomprehensible mess to me, so I'm going to trust that this mess means something. This is assuming this is 3 phone captures run through an image editor to compress them into one image. Here's a raw screenshot of Discord from my phone. Here is that raw screenshot run through the same tool. So let's just run through that. No, sorry, let me just zoom. So this is the one that is his test. So this is the image patterns there. And now we go up to this to see, I would say that looks fairly different. Okay. Here is the same screenshot run through the analysis tool, but after shrinking the screenshot down to 660 pixels high, the exact same height used in the collage. Okay, so I get what I like. My artisanal eye is getting what you're seeing here. Basically, the image patterns are pretty much the same overall, so there is a chance that this shit is legit. And I don't know if it's possible to to fake screenshots on mobile Discord as easily. The fact that it is mobile Discord, in my mind anyway, makes me think it has more credibility than if it was an in-app, like on desktop screenshot. Females have the tools and assumptions to get away with bullying a dude. They can feign victimhood and all the useful idiots will come to her defense. Yeah, pretty much. Basically, when you edit an image, which they had to do to paste all 3 screenshots together, as the artifacting will happen, so Aster is the bully. Again, let me emphasize, I cannot confirm that. We are speculating. Please do not harass anybody. Again, I want to make it very, because we have like hundreds of people in the chat, I want to make it absolutely clear for anybody who does not know what the Virtual Asylum is. The Virtual Asylum is a gossip site and a content aggregation site where people discuss VTubers. We are not a doxing site. We are not 4chan. We are not Reddit. We are not a harassment site. All we do is aggregate material and discuss about VTubers. It says very clearly in our rules, we observe and document. We do not interfere. So even, let us assume for a second that it is 100% true that Aster is the devil of Nijisanji, that Aster is an active harasser of multiple people. What does that mean for us as 300 people watching this? It means nothing. You do nothing. You leave Nijisanji alone. You leave Aster alone. You can come to the forum and say, "Screw Aster. I hate Nijisanji. I think Nijisanji and everybody in it should die in a fire." You could say that. That's not harassment. You go to Aster's DMs on Twitter and you start sending him nasty things. That's harassment. And if I get any information that anybody on the forum is doing that, I will ban them immediately and permanently, and I will publish it on the forum saying this person I have confirmed has harassed somebody, and I'm going to ban them. I want to make that very clear because I have no idea how much of my audience is actual TVA members at the moment. I want to make that very, very clear. Holy shit, I just noticed the CCV Proctor. What have you done? I don't know. People just keep watching, and I mean, thank you. I'm incredibly grateful. Like, previously to this, I had about 60 or 70 CCV. Aster killed all my previous pets. You should share all your personal information on the virtual asylum. We love OPSEC. 389, good grief, it just keeps climbing. Oh my goodness, what the hell has just happened? Somebody on Reddit has just posted this in the last few minutes. Let me just open this on my other tab for a second to confirm this. Grain of salt. Good grief, this is enormous. I'm going to directly link this on the chat so that people can have a tab open and see it directly, because I ain't reading all of this. Check the stream suggestion thread. Somebody has posted on Nijisanji's subreddit. A male liver sexually harassed them. Okay, well, that can add to the dumpster fire. Let me just find my tab. I have too many tabs open. That's the thing. Yeah, replaced pinned message. That is the thing that was just posted in the last few minutes. And also, while I am here, I am just going to do something. Give me 1 second, please. I've completely forgotten how to do this. I'm an idiot. That since we have so many people here, I am also going to shill myself to shill this. It would be unfair of me to the forum. It's not me, it's the forum. So you may have noticed that I don't have stream elements set up or anything like that. I technically actually could get stream elements set up now, and I probably will soon, TM. It's just been on the back burner. But right now, that TVA is it's not currently a self-hosted site. I'm desperately trying to do that. But TVA has costs associated with it. It is not an entirely inexpensive project. And if any of you who are not part of TVA or anything like what you've seen and would like to support me in any way, then please go to this link and, buy me a coffee. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Again, no obligation or anything, but I'm just saying it does genuinely help. And I do my best to reinvest any money that I actually make off this forum to actually put it into the forum. There's stuff that I would like to add to the forum, but guess what? That costs money. It costs money to pay designers, developers. Proctor, when are you getting a model like Parrot where it's a cute girl with a bird on her head? You will make bank once you start boyfriend experience streaming. I'll put it this way, in the VTuber community, you can pretty easily get a Big Brother experience streaming going, given the number of VTubers out there that seem to have massive, issues with that. How big's the database by now, by the way? I have no idea how we haven't run out of database. Proctor's model will be Bird with a cute girl on his head. You never know. To become the new Kyo, Proctor. No, I am not black enough. I am definitely not black enough to become the new Kyo, okay? Where was I even? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Just let me just check my notifications as well, because there's a ton of notifications that I got. Here we go. Let us tab. Let us. Here we go. So this is a hell of a thing. Good grief. Oh my. First, I will address the obvious throwaway account. I am terrified to speak out about this on any pre-existing account, please understand. Second, I will not be naming any names and will do my best to refrain from posting information that could easily identify the man in question, which includes screenshots of our conversation due to the fact that his writing style is easily identifiable. I again ask for your understanding. This is a whole lot of stuff. Good grief, look at all this. Let me see if I can parse any kind of interesting stuff from this. Good grief, this is... If this is fake, there's a damn effort post. For a while, we would regularly send each other lewd photographs, videos, we would sext each other or get on a voice call since we weren't with each other in person. For the majority of the trips he went on, he would pay for me to go on the same trip, and I would stay at a hotel away from the other Nijisanji English members. There was one trip that I did not go on due to a death in my family, to which he would pester me to send him lewd photographs since we couldn't have sex, since I was not on the trip with him or everyone else. On the second to last trip I went in with him, something major happened that drastically changed our relationship and possibly ruined my chances at my dream job, possibly even ruining my life. Okay. On this trip, the usual happened. He would spend time with the other talents, we would go out on a date, and we would have sex. But on this trip, he asked me if I still wanted to join Nijisanji. At the beginning of our relationship, this was brought up, but not as extensively, since I thought he would think that I was using him to get into Nijisanji, since I never wanted to talk about it after that point. I admitted that I had still been trying to join Nijisanji. I'd been in a constant cycle of audition, lose, audition ad nauseum, and felt as though I was never going to make it. I do not know if he was being truthful or just trying to manipulate me, but he lamented that he had not gotten in, that I had not gotten in even after multiple auditions. He stated that he felt as though I had what it took to join Nijisanji. I'm just going to take a drink 1 second, because my throat suddenly gets sore. He goes on to say he will pull some strings for me, since many of the Nijisanji English talents got in because they knew a pre-existing talent, since those are safer to hire compared to someone who doesn't know any pre-existing talents. I was happy when he told me this. I thought maybe I would finally have support to showcase my possible talent to more than just a few people. I thought my dreams were coming true. But his actions did not come without a cost. From this point onward, he would pester me for even more lewd photographs and videos. He was taking a new medication that increased his sex drive. I started streaming less. Because I was not at work, I was at his mercy. He would demand I send him something, or he would threaten me and tell me he would just find another fan of his that would fulfill his desires. Let me glance back at chat for a second. Any comments? Are there any mentions of burping off Azihara kill yourself? This does sound like Mel. I don't... Literally zero clue, not even a hint of personality on the abuser. Well, I mean, somebody just said, this does sound like Mel. Let me look back at my full chat for a second. He said, she said, bullshit post. I kind of agree. Believe nothing and kill confirmation. It might be an effort post, but spite is a powerful motivator. Vox and Ike, this Wattpad story sucks. Somebody has low T. Literally zero clue. Yeah, I already read that. Seems unlikely coming out at a time like this. Gross. Yeah, I am definitely leaning towards Ruse Cruise on this. Now, there's an OG reference most people won't get. However, I will say that already I am seeing some interesting signs in this document. For a start, right here in this paragraph, he said that talent... where did he say that exactly? Oh, yes. That he would pull some strings... Many of the Nijisanji English talents got in because they knew a pre-existing talent, since those are safer to hire. We know that this is a fact, at least on some level, because we see it with Millie and Enna. We've seen it with other talents within Nijisanji EN. I can completely believe this specific part of the story. The idea that somebody would be hired via nepotism in Nijisanji, 100% believable. And I just want to say, I want to say that I find the idea of an entertainer within a company basically saying, yeah, hire this other person, and that's nepotism, I do agree, but at the same time, I do think I can excuse it. I don't see anything necessarily morally wrong with that. I think that it is morally wrong if you on the outside are saying, yeah, everybody has an equal chance, like how VShoho did things, where they put out auditions and then they blatantly just hired their favorites anyway, that they had clearly already meant to hire, and the auditions were just a sham to pretend that they were legally, hiring. Oh, it's convenient how all the people that we were most definitely and obviously looking to bring into VHO to begin with happen to be the ones to win the auditions, guys. That's amazing. Like, that was a bad way to do it, but I think it's a case like Ina and Sana knew each other in Hololive as well. I think there's multiple people within Hololive English who knew each other very directly. It's pretty obvious that if a liver in Hololive or Nijisanji says to the company, look, my friend is auditioning, I really, really love them, I think we would be great together, that person is going to get priority over others. And I don't think that that is basic human nature, and I think that it is pointless to try and create rules to stop that. So that kind of thing happening, I don't see a massive problem with, so long as it's kept within reason. And it's not a complete nepotism hire, as in like, oh yeah, you said to hire them, so we will hire them. I still think you need to have the talent. It's a mix. It should be a mixture of connections and talent, with still room for people with obvious extra talent but no connections to still have a chance at winning. That's how I think things should go. And with that little tangent aside, nepotism is only bad when it leads to low-skill people getting in. That's a good summary. Millie and Enna didn't mention their association with Alira, though. Yeah, almost everyone in the EN-VTubing sphere knows each other, I agree. I mean, even the indie sphere, I mean, the number of people that Hexa knows is just stunning. We know they knocked back some of their orbiters, so I doubt that TBH, and presumably the auditions were how Henya happened and she wasn't really associated with them. I'm talking about older stuff. This is a lot older, like when they hired, I forget who they hired, but it was long before Henya became a thing. Long before that, nothing to do with those auditions. Right, let's continue looking through this. So basically saying there was a sex pest who wanted to have lots of sex, and again, this is generic, but I mean, overall, so far, this is somewhat believable. Again, there is no evidence, but it's if this was true, I would if this is true, then I'd say there's a foundation to believe it. But again, no evidence, and I'm not aboard the Me Too movement. I don't have the hashtag believe all victims kind of thing. So again, this could be entirely fake. So, I want to make a few things clear here. To start off, I personally doubt that the other Nijisanji talents who saw my photographs and videos knew about my relationship with said talent. They likely thought that said talent showed them a sex worker's photographs and videos, not someone who this talent classified as a girlfriend. If they would have known that I said talent's girlfriend, that I was said talent's girlfriend, they likely would have called out this talent and distanced themselves. I choose to believe that the other talents are good people who, if they know the truth, would not have been alright with viewing the photographs and videos. Oh, so she's saying that the other talents saw her nudes and the sex stuff. That is a pretty major damning allegation. This Aporian on the Discord said, wow, this seems even a little bit too gossipy even for us. And yeah, this is this seems very specifically designed to make everybody look bad in this situation. Because she's basically saying, I'm saying she just for the sake of it. Could be a man, you never know. She's basically saying that this guy pestered her for sex, and once he got sex and nudes, he shared those nudes with other Nijisanji livers who, and she specifically, I don't think she says anywhere that they said, ooh, ooh, terrible, that's awful, don't show us this stuff. She's basically saying they viewed this material, they thought it was good, or at least they did not say don't show it to us any longer, which implies that they are all in some way culpable, and morally they should have. It kind of implies, oh, these are bad people because they didn't say don't send me porn. Pretty much that's how I read this, which seems like a pretty calculated allegation to go, yeah, these people are bad, without coming out and saying, yeah, these people are awful. It's a bit too... I can believe this was written by a woman, put it that way. This seems to have been written very carefully to... This seems very carefully crafted by a woman to destroy men. That's what I will say. If it's true, I can't say, but it feels like it was created by a woman. This feels like a woman's style of writing and allegations. Since the end of this situation, I have completely stopped supporting any color and even the Nijisanji talents. I know it is cruel of me to punish those who may not know of this situation and who would likely not support this talent if they knew of this situation, but I made this decision for my own mental well-being. I have given up my dream of joining Nijisanji, and I've been scarred by the talent in question to not even continue my own activities as an independent VTuber. This is rat bait right here. What this is going to do on places like VT is now going to go around and say and look at... They're going to start looking at the trips that livers have taken. They are going to start... Maybe they're even looking in at hotels and so on, and are go things like, so where could this person have stayed? This is absolute solid gold rat bait for VT. So... if this person is being 100% honest, they have, even if they have been honest, they have crafted this narrative in such a way that that 4chan, that Anons, and all those kind of people will take this, if they don't just dismiss it out of hand, and they will go to town. If this person was genuine, I would not have made this kind of call-out post. I would have been much more specific, I'll be honest. I would have come out and said, this is the person. Because if you say that it's the person, you are basically saying, the other people, leave them alone. This is the person you should focus on. But this person isn't even saying that. They are crafting this narrative in such a way that it calls out to people to go, oh, is it this? Or is it that guy? Or is it this guy? Or was this associated with it? Or was this clip that I saw a year ago all about that? Was this a dog whistle? Was that a dog whistle? So I can safely say that even if this was true, if the allegations themselves are true, the crafting of this narrative is not in any way benign. This narrative was specifically crafted to cause damage. And I really don't agree with that, even if the allegations themselves are true. And if they're not true, which again I think is very possible, then this is an absolute direct attack on Nijisanji. And I would say that honestly, if the person who made this is identified and Any Color, for all of its flaws, sues them, I'm 100% with Any Color. This is direct, deliberate efforts at reputational damage and sabotage on a very major scale that has been carefully timed to coincide with the point when people will accept pretty much any negative information about Nijisanji at face value just because it's negative. So again, like if Any Color sues this person somehow, yeah, Nijisanji should, because this is an attack. It is an outright attack, regardless of whether the allegations are true or not. It's still crafted as an attack, and might be taken as such. Also, Thrang just posted a bunch more stuff that I will go to now. If it's a woman, maybe she's trying to shift the tension from the women to the males in Niji. Something, watch the world burn, still love me some sex pest drama, so fingers crossed. Yup, this seems so fake. They need to name names. The dog-style allegation. This is criminal. Rolf caught charges for the same. Like, easily identifiable information there is no proof. I completely agree. It's Nijisanji, why do you need to make anything up? Yeah. I mean, you say that in sarcasm, I do kind of agree. You don't need to throw more gasoline on Nijisanji right now. You really, really don't. That's why it's so hard to vet this. I'm trying to be objective, but even I am having trouble vetting fact from fiction. Yeah, I think that in a week we will have a much more clear picture of all of this. I really do think so. And it'll be fascinating to go back. I think there's an absolute minimum of one more stream from all this drama, maybe 2 or 3. I mean, goodness me, Doki Bird's stream itself might be a whole thing. I'm probably going to miss that stream because I'm tired. You've only got about 45 minutes left anyway, so let's just chase up this rat and see where it goes. So let's see. Is my bloody stream? No, it's not. OP of the Reddit thread replying to people. My honest question is that assuming this is true, why is this posted here on a subreddit and not on a police report? Leaving these pictures in that specific talent's hands just gives him collateral to continue blackmailing you, so priority would be to take action that removes the talent's ability to access this photo, blah, blah, blah. I did make a police report. They told me nothing can be done due to us living in different parts of the world. My police report and report to any color was met with silence. If you happen... again, this is a major thing too, where they're literally saying... I reported this to any color, and this was met with silence. They did nothing. Now, as bad as any color is, I want to say I still sincerely believe that if any color were told with evidence that one of their talents was a serial sex pest, any color would terminate them. That is my sincere belief, even after everything Nijisanji has done. I want to make that clear. I have that much faith in Nijisanji. Oh, I have an hour and 50 minutes? Okay, that's good. I really hope Doki Bird doesn't go into any Niji drama, but just has a good time streaming during things she wasn't allowed to do. I hope so too. The thing is, the accusations of bullying are true, and you know you're guilty. A good way to try and save face is to try and create as much accusations and shit in order to confuse everyone. That's an interesting angle about it. Also, 1 second, let me just mess around with this and hide that now since we're not talking about screenshots any longer. That is a very interesting and entertaining attitude. They also made a police report and was told they can't do anything because international... Pretty sure a JP member was a sex pest and got caught saying they would use their status to groom fans, and he got terminated before debut. That was years ago, many, many years ago, like when Nijisanji was just starting out. So, I mean, I fully believe that at this point, Nijisanji's staff has experienced something like a 99% turnover rate from that time. I mean, maybe it's still just as incompetent, but I don't believe they would repeat that specific mistake again. Again, I am unironically defending any color here right now. Because I want... Always attack your... If you want to attack... And again, we're not attacking our enemies because we're not a harassment site or anything, but if you want to attack your enemy, you should go out of your way to attack them where they actually are weak. Don't go chasing after windmills. Don't go chasing after windmills. Hate your enemies for things they've actually done, not things that other people have told you to hate them for their own good. That's kind of getting into political stuff, but I mean, that's my attitude. Again, I don't believe any of this. I am not going to go out there and say, oh, Nijisanji has been hiding a rapist. They're an evil, horrible company you should all destroy and short their stock and nonsense like rah, 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 like that. No, I don't. At this point, even if these allegations are 100% true, I think this document was crafted specifically to damage any color, and I don't think that was a good thing to do on the part of the allegations. The excuses are so transparent, all avenues of action conveniently blocked off. I am inclined to agree with you. I asked the talent in question to remove the photographs, and I found out that other talents had seen them, and he said he would remove them, but I doubt he did. No evidence, so I'm not going to take this post too seriously. I fully respect your decision, and I think you are being respectful for it. I do wish to share the evidence, but I'm terrified of what might happen as a result. receipts or didn't happen. I'm glad that people on Reddit are again, this is on the Nijisanji Reddit, which is currently in full open revolt against Nijisanji. So even the people that are currently raging at Nijisanji on the Nijisanji Reddit are saying this should have receipts or it didn't happen. I talked to a lawyer from my country and was told nothing can be done. Now, I do kind of believe her on this account, because if it's like in a different country, then there's very little you can do as far as I'm aware. Do you realize posting this at this time automatically makes it not believable? No matter when I post it, no one will believe me, and that's my fault. I've been scared into silence for a long time, and even now I'm scared. Seeing the plethora of comments that rightfully don't believe me makes me think I should have taken this incident to my grave and never talked about it. Yeah, the more this person talks, the more I feel this is a ruse cruise, honestly. This is carefully crafted replies and responses. It's like, it's self-awarely admitting that there's nothing that I can do. Oh, I probably shouldn't have posted this. I can't, if you don't believe me, then... I watched a video earlier about fake games, and I'm remembering that video in my head right now. This is like the fake game version of Reddit right now. They keep repeating the same things, the ChatGPT stuff. In fact, I'm going to bring back the text thing. Gaming text. I'm just going to make that absolutely clear for posterity. In fact, I'm going to make it even more... and yeah, I want to have that completely transparent, so there's absolutely no possibility of it being misunderstood. If this really happened, take it to the police, but frankly, the timing of this post could not have been worse. With everyone piling on Nijisanji right now, a lot of people are looking to get attention from it. Not saying this is fake or defending Nijisanji, tell it if this is true, but as the first commentator said, take this to the police and not Reddit. I have taken this to the authorities, and any kind of nothing has been done. I made this post right now because everyone is looking at Nijisanji. I thought I could find a way to not suffer in silence any longer, but I probably should have never talked about this in the first place. I feel dumb for getting involved with him, and I feel dumb for talking about it. Yeah, this feels like a ruse cruise. This really does feel like a ruse cruise. Enough drama for today. I'm going to hop off, have an exam tomorrow. Okay, person should work for a TV drama as a writer. I agree. I just want to note also, if anybody would like to send me more information or highlight me more information to look up or talk about anything that I haven't covered already, I'm more or less at the end of my own stuff. As people have been archiving this stuff, I'm very grateful for all of that. My throat is starting to run out as well a little bit. Huh. But yeah, in summary, I think this is fake. I have no reason to believe this is true, and I think honestly, even trying to theory craft about who this might be, if true, at this point, would be buying into the attempt to unseat and attack any color. I think that at this point, we have entered a phase of aggression towards Nijisanji that is reaching maliciousness. Just too much unconfirmed information feels like deflection or just people joining the bandwagon. Yeah, I agree. I fully believe that Nijisanji deserves a massive hit for their stupidity and their incompetence and their selfishness and their demonstrable lack of care for their talents. However, under no circumstances do I in any way endorse any actions that are designed to damage any color for any reason. Let people fall on their own swords. Let people get hoisted by their own petards. Let people sow what they themselves reaped. You don't need you don't need to add to any of this. It's beneath you. You shouldn't try and do that. You're better than that. I want to think that that's why I founded the virtual asylum, because it is my sincere belief that you can have a VTuber community that is open and honest about things like roommates, past lives, the good and the bad of companies, and they can keep those feelings in balance. They can talk about this kind of thing on a rational and sane basis, sticking to at least either a reasonably fact-based narrative or being able to distinguish rats from reality, and talking about speculation without going too far and believing utter nonsense. I believe sincerely that TVA is capable of doing that, and that is why I still pay $128 a month for the cloud hosting for this platform. But outside of this community, as Nenelove just said, the vultures have smelled carrion and clout, and I think that over the next few days, I don't know, it might be Millie. She is a witch for the witch hunt. Again, this is rats. Absolute rats. It's always the accusations posted on times where they could easily sway emotions that make me sus, and that is precisely what this document is designed to do. It is designed to make you rage. But Proctor, they aren't doing it to bury Niji, they are doing it to make the situation about themselves. I mean, I mean, that would probably be a nice benefit for them, but I do believe the primary aim here is to slander Nijisanji. Let me go back to the forum now and just have a look through the Nijisanji L collection, see if there's been any major new posts. I'm probably going to wrap up within about 20 or 30 minutes. People were talking more about the Discord screenshots. I'll just put this onto the 1 second. Let me just go to page 34. Please do not listen to this person. Here we are. This is something that I've been wanting to do, that I've been wanting to look at. I saw this earlier, so I will now put it on the main screen. And let me just take down this message. Nijisanji L collection. Aster and Scarly PFP are... It's 4:30 a.m. I'm still awake. People are combing through every collab video to see if the Discord picks match. Scarly and Aster PFP are a hit. Aster allegedly started using this PFP since December of 2022. The leaks, if true, were recorded at the earliest early 2023. If false, then that's a hell of a lot of effort to fake shit. Making sure they have the right Discord PFP when they usually streams with Fugi, using the old iOS Discord UI, making sure the usual Photoshop detection software not being able to tell. Apparently Mister's is also a match. Edit Mr. Twitter PFP, match the Discord pic. Okay. So again, I don't see any reason why 128 a month, dude, you should seriously look into different ways to host it. I am Robotato. That I am actively in the process of moving our forum, which started as cloud hosting, onto a server which cost a lot less. I would have done that move this week, but the problem is that it requires a downtime of maybe as much as 24 hours, and when it comes back up on the server, I can't be certain if it's going to be perfectly reliable. People may not be able to log in. There may be other issues. I can't tell. And right now, the forum is the most active it has been since the start. There are hundreds of people looking at this stuff in real time and posting stuff about it. There are posts going up every minute about this. And when Doki Bird streams, there are going to be another 30 pages added, probably minimum, if she says anything that is even remotely interesting. So I cannot justify taking the forum down for maybe 24 hours to then upload it to a new host. And then, because the moment I request the data from the host, from the Cloudflare host, they don't send me an up-to-date backup. They send me a backup they took in the last 24 hours. Then once there's a delay between me asking for it and them sending it. It's not an instant process. So Nijisanji is costing you money. Yeah, I am literally going to have to eat a $128 bill because of Selen. Selen Tatsuki, it's your fault. I am now a Selen auntie. You should sue Niji and Dokeeper for not letting you move the server. What I mean, I'm fortunate is that, I mean, $128 for me, it's not a pleasant bill to pay, but I can manage it. Like, I can afford. I would much rather that people be able to post accurately and record all of this information than to save money and break continuity, because then we would no longer be at the forefront. I want to do this properly. I want to accommodate my very loyal forum users as much as possible, because again, I think they're worth it. I think they're worth an extra $128. I'm not going to kill myself over that. Anyway, back to this topic before I get sidetracked too much. Scarlet was a hit. Chill out on the thirst posting. VT is still on fire from the Nijisanji happenings, and Anons are starting to post Aster interactions that are looking suspect in retrospective, almost like Aster was being a sex pest was obvious all along. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. People are alleging this woman groomed Aggie, Raziel groomed Luca. Please do not listen to this person. There are far too many allegations of them being inappropriate towards a minor who is now a Nijisanji liver. It is suspected that they're doing this to get them in trouble. Unless they can prove otherwise, they're not a reliable source. I mean, I'd agree Raziel is not currently a reliable source unless they have receipts. Was close to and no longer because you commissioned sexual art of a character played by a minor and roleplayed being his girlfriend, all while being a grown married woman. STFU groomer. There's VR chat clips of them from all the way to 2018, and Java, Luker, IRL, birthday is November 2000. Good grief, he's younger than I am. So yeah, he'd be underage when she was an adult, a married woman, befriended a minor, and did ERP on VRC. Yeah, that happens an awful lot. I mean, that was something I legitimately had to watch out for when I first started role-playing on the internet when I was a minor. Unironically, you would be shocked at how many married women are role-players on the internet who try and groom people. I mean, that's a whole other story, but... Oh dear, my childhood is amazing. Mind you, I'm still amazed. I think that I feel like my early years were kind of tumultuous, but then I look at what people had to endure online since then, younger people, and I'm just like, wow, I absolutely cruised over everything in my life with no issues. You can upgrade VPS easily as you need. I do have a VPS. I have a VPS waiting. Proctor, check the stream material channel. I will look now. Screens from Anon. Okay, thank you. I just want to say, Thrang, thank you very much for all of the help you've been on this stream. I really do appreciate it. I'm afraid you're still not getting the ASMR you desperately want, but I really do appreciate it. You are a very reliable person, and that is unironically a terrible curse, and you should do something about that. So let's see what Thrang has for me right now from Anon. Oh, I freaking hate this when this happens. 1 second, please. There we go. I hate it when you scroll in. There we go. That's the proper image. Have I got everything properly on the screen? Yes, I do. Wayback Machine, December 13th, 2022. Mr. had the same profile picture in the time frame. The silhouette lines up. Yep, that silhouette is pretty one-to-one. Seriously, lol, you're probably... Yeah, I read that. Artwork Mr. used for his Discord and Twitter profile picture was posted November 23rd, 22. Aster and Scarly's profile pictures. So this is basically receipts for what we've already discussed. Hello, Kyo. Damn, the more I look at you... If Scarly or Aster is stealth suspended after this, it makes the leaked screenshots even more believable. You know what would be absolutely terrible? And what I can absolutely see any color Nijisanji doing at this point? I will read what Reinigan put in, don't worry, Thrang. This is my worst case prediction for this event. What I see happening is Nijisanji getting wind of these allegations that Aster and Scarly had some kind of falling out or altercation, and then Nijisanji says to both of them, "It's too hot right now for you. We think you should both, or one of you should go on break until this all blows over." And then Aster goes on and says, "Hey, I'm so pleased, I'm so happy to be going on holiday for a while. I've been waiting for this for months." Can you see why I think that's a possibility and why I think that would be absolutely terrible? I could genuinely see that happening at this point. I really can, and that is just absurd. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Have I got the sorry, the way that OBS is set up right now makes it difficult for me to see certain things. Let me just check on there. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I do this properly? My apologies, guys. I should have taken down that message before. I'm very sorry. I am a foolish fool who is foolish. I'm very sleepy. So stealth suspension again. He still has the red words on screen. Kek. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. This was foolish. Niji only has themselves to blame for the stealth suspension thing, as well as knowledge of it leaking. Considering the shareholders' announcement, I put nothing past them at this point. So this is basically it's plausible at this point. I think this is looking more and more plausible. I think that if this was fake, then the VT Anons and so on would have definitely found hard proof of it by now. So this is either, I would say, either a very, very good fake that would had an awful lot of effort put into it, or it's true. Right, and now let me look at... yeah, the reason the words didn't go away is that I edited the wrong thing on my studio mode, because have I reminded you at any point? Wait, what are allegations against Scarly? I kind of like her. I mean, basically, I think it's Aster at the moment that the allegations of bullying are for. Yeah, it's Aster who these allegations, again, allegations. I don't believe these things yet. It is plausible, but I don't believe it. We take a lot of work to prove this stuff to me. I am trying to be as anti-rat as possible in this conversation. Let me just see what you posted, Reinigan. Let me go to your thing. Thank you very much, Reinigan. Here we go. I will now summarize all the drama of this thread, and the thread... Open image in new tab so I can actually scroll in. Let's read the two threads. Mizuchi Reziel was a married woman popular on VR chat for doing lap dances and ERP, also a menhera. She met Luca when he was 17 years old, and he leached from her to get popular in VR chat, doing the same stuff she did while using a fake girl voice. I really hope this guy is exaggerating for comedic effect. I have never listened to Luca, so I don't know what his voice sounds like. Mizuchi/Reziel, I'll just call her Raziel, fell in love with him even though she was married. She ends up divorcing her husband and gets alimony compensation. She financed Luca's VTuber model when he was an indie. They both start to e-date and put each other in their Twitter bios as husband and wife. Luca joins Luxium and put Mizuchi as one of his mods. She gets caught in some drama about the Chinese Luxium sisters. Luca revoked her mod status and distances himself from her, and after a while he just ghosted her and blocked her. In the period that she was a mod for Luca, he shared some info to her about Aster guilt-tripping and emotionally abusing Scarly. Mizuchi saved the screenshots that Luca shared with her, which were originally from Scarly asking Luca for advice about her problem with Aster. Now, after the whole Selen drama, she decided this is a good time to share those screenshots because everyone hating Niji and management and talents, all to make her look like Luca emotionally abused her too, which can be true, but who knows. Sorry. TLDR, a Manhera Luca orbiter, they're all Menhera, leaked Discord screenshots about Aster emotionally abusing Scarly that she got from Luca to hurt him. That seems like a fairly decent summation of everything. He's pretended to be his sister Lucy on stream a few times as well. That girl is taking down 3 livers in one go. Every single time, I think, not an exaggeration, Luca even had a whole gag about role-playing as his made-up sister. He even listed girl as one of his languages on debut. What are you talking about? Oh, that is just dreadful. Why would... I mean, I do silly stuff sometimes that I know is humiliating because I think that it's funny, and that I think that it's funnier if I seem to do humiliating things than it would be if I just stayed stoic all the time. But this is next level. You have to love indie Twitter grifters. Ayo. I don't think Aster could bully Selen. Scarly, yes, since he's her gen mate. I mean, yeah, I remember that getting clipped a lot. Same with Vox. What is wrong with these men? What is wrong with these men? Why do these men think that this is acceptable? And more importantly, roll a clip, you have to hear it to believe it. No, I don't want to listen to that. You know, all of this makes you appreciate more whenever picks sorry, let me just rephrase that because you kind of messed it up. You know, all of this just makes you appreciate more whoever picks talents for HoloLive. This is ridiculous. Proctor, please look at one of his streams where he does his lady voice. It's crazy. No, I don't want to drive away about 100 viewers. Is the bit about Reziel and Java/Luca proven that she was married and groomed him, or are these rumors? Femboys and male femboys. It gets gayer. Vox tried to one-up him with his own woman roleplay in the form of Vox-Ain. I let you imagine what that sounds like. I don't want to live in this world anymore. Oh, please won't the giant meteor? Why won't the giant meteor come and free us all from this torment we endure? Sorry. I'm just going insane. I am on 3.5 hours of sleep. I am going insane in real time at this point, guys. The more that you people talk about this, the more I'm just spinning my wheels. I'm just spinning at my wheels. Spinning my wheels. Let me just go back to this for a second. Let me go back to the Nijisanji L thread and listen to the bunch of pages. Another bunch of pages. Dazzle coming out. So much random shit coming out of the woodwork. I've got something on my approval queue. From a company that primarily appeals to sisters, my tiny little brain is going to wait a week to see what burns down and what remains. Does Japan celebrate Lunar New Year as well? I'm sure there'll be more people shitposting and fanning the flames then. Also, I wonder if there's going to be an EN to CN to JP game of telephone. At the start, everything with Riku-san was marvelous till the power got to his head. He suddenly changed. He started blinging me out with these strange plaques. He shoved them everywhere. I still have nightmares about the time he forcefully shoved one into my redacted. I had to go to the mechanic for days after that. This is my story. I still struggle with seeing plaques with triangles on them, but I'm getting better at it. Hashtag believe all yachts. Hashtag play buttons and not consent. Yeah, you get a winner rating for that, my pal, my bro, my homie, super duper samurai. That's hilarious. Riku didn't bad touch me even though I asked repeatedly. And WRP makes a good point. It's basically unmoderated, but if she cared about getting the story out there, it would be posted somewhere Niji actually has no power over, like Twitter. Instead, it's just out there, out where there's already a shitload of eyes, and never mind posterity. Riku of Niji, I wouldn't even take your play button. That's in with the crush. In with the crush. Hello, new friends on YouTube. Does Japan celebrate Lunar New Year as well? Not the extent of Eastern countries, no. Thanks, I'll look at the segment after stream. No, Japan does not really celebrate the Lunar New Year, at least not the way it's celebrated in the Sinosphere. Of course, Nene Love trying to get me to... Well, who am I kidding? This is not going to be monetized. Has anybody else actually mentioned... Somebody mentioned me. Oh, I remember, Proctor, you said on stream you could commission Doki for some emotes and whatnot for the VTA. Maybe don't. VTA is as of now is asylum for burnt out delusion souls. And I don't think any active content creators should interact here. Just too much grim shit here. I mean, you would be merely tourist. You would be shocked. I now know of many. I would say we are well into double digits of VTubers that have in some way revealed that they actively browse the virtual asylum. Minimum 10, maximum, I mean, a fair amount, and it's been hinted to me that there are more. So, yeah, a lot of VTubers browse this site by now. I mean, I don't think we have many, like, big talents. I mean, I'd say somebody like Dizzy, who mentioned the forum on stream, and she gets, like, what, 900 CCV, and obviously Kirsha, who reads the forum, and, you know, the people that watch Kirsha as well, who read the forum. There's a lot of crossover, who is the guy, Trigger on guy? I'm sorry. I am literally starting to slow my words, guys. I am that burnt out. But yeah, a lot of we have a solid penetration into the VTuber sphere by now, seriously. Wait, I just saw the viewer numbers. What on earth is going on? Yeah, you're gonna want to inhale some vodcopium, SBM. In fact, I'm going to pause here for a second, and I'm going to put in a Twitter poll. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. How many of you are not TVA? Trigger point. Thank you. Yes, trigger point. And or came here from other places. Oh wait, that doesn't really make sense with yes or no. A TVA member. Sorry, I'm actually having to think quite carefully about what I'm saying. TVA member / reader. There you go. I'm curious. People can give me feedback. No, a 22%. So and then the poll went weird. 70-30. Interesting. 71, 29%. I'm sorry. I'm unironically just saying random words at the moment. Oh, that's some Kiwi stuff. I'm gonna. Still managed to host the best branch wide. Oh my! I've got to share this. That's really funny. That's a good meme. That's a very good meme. Selen gets terminated, yet somehow still manages to host the best branch wide Among Us collab in VTuber history. I just came across you and decided to check you out. Thank you. What's a TVA? Shut up, Azahara. Shut up, Azahara. Let me look back at my thingamajig. Let me get at the very end. So yeah, 32%. I mean, I'm astonished that 69%. We've had 90 votes so far. I don't know what a TVA member is. Got recommended out of nowhere. Are you serious? This has 2,483 views. This has more views than anything I've ever done. This is something like my most I'm going to say, I legitimately assumed... What? Oh, sorry. The way you said that, the way you said Aster was ejected, you suddenly made me think that they'd literally been terminated in that moment. Sorry. You really... Cicero, you actually gave me a heart attack right that second. You legitimately made my heart beat rapidly in my chest. Aren't you, Magdalonius Rex, aren't you guys connected to Kiwi Farms? I don't buy the hate against them, but it's all a bit spooky. Yeah, we are we're not a splinter group. What happened with Kiwi Farms is that in, early 2022, Kiwi Farms was under constant DDoS attack, and Kiwi Farms has a very large and active VTuber community thread. And when Kiwi Farms was heavily DDoSed, then I decided, along with a whole bunch of other people, that it would be best to make the Virtual Asylum as a separate independent forum exclusively dedicated to discussing VTubers, because Kiwi Farm's culture and VTubers were kind of adversarial. I mean, at one point, Null directly threatened to delete the VTuber thread because he thought that VTubers were all playground enjoyers, shall we say. August 2022, thank you. Don't worry, Aster will... Don't worry, Proctor. Aster will get graduated in your sleep no earlier than that. The thought of femboy ejection makes your heart race. I don't even know what Kiwi Farms is. You're gonna... that'll be entertaining. Former That Bird site reader that eventually ended up on TVA. Cool. Check stream material. Oh, okay. I will do that. Thank you for drip feeding me. Aya Amer. Okay, that's interesting. Let me just open in browser. Copy. It's kind of mumbling to myself like an idiot. So what's happening in the Niji Slack/Discord channels? Aya Amer. Isn't she the educate herself girl? Educate yourself, sorry. I don't think I'll be able to hold myself to the level of professionalism I normally hold myself to when I stream today, so I choose not to. Oh, that's going to be fun. I want to talk a bit. I mean, at this point, with my CCV, it is actually not impossible that a Nijisanji talent would actually view this stream. One second, I'm gonna have a drink. So let me just speak with all honesty to any Nijisanji members that are actually watching this stream. I hold no ill will towards any of you. Anything that I say that sounds malicious against you is purely in terms of internet banter, and I know that people take internet banter very seriously, but I know that you're human just like I am, and I think that if I met any of you, even somebody like Kyo, who I literally have an entire stream ragging on at this point, I'd probably take you to a bar and I'd buy you a beer, and I'd be really interested in talking to you as a person. A mayor, British beyond repair. And I genuinely do sympathize with the situation that you all find yourselves in, because regardless of anything you might have done, and I do still consider innocent until proven guilty, all the stuff that I've just discussed, I still consider is just a rumor at this point, unless there's hard confirmation. I think all of you deserve and have earnestly worked hard for the success that you have achieved, no matter where it came from. and I think you should be very proud of what you have accomplished at Nijisanji. And if I had any advice for you, I would say look at what happened to Selen as a sign both of a warning for your own place within the company, but also how much people will be on your side if you choose to graduate and you choose to strike out independently. If you are worried about losing your support, about losing your audience, I want you to realize that for the most part, VTuber fans are incredibly dedicated and are very sincere, open people who want to see their talents succeed. That the people that one guy you in chat, the people that laugh at you, the people that spread rumors about you and nonsense, that's a tiny, tiny minority. My own community proves that, is that most of us still want you to succeed. So don't let yourselves be overwhelmed by what has happened to you, because ultimately you are your own managers at this point. And the experience that you've had with Nijisanji does not need to define your careers as entertainers. That I am firmly convinced that if any of you break away from Nijisanji either deliberately or simply wait out your contracts until the end and you decide to graduate, you will have set yourselves up for success in whatever you pursue. And I'm going to mention Kirsha again. That Kirsha, my friend, Kirsha recently did a donathon where she had a stretch goal at $20,000. And she sincerely believed when she started that she would stream for 3 days and get maybe a few $1,000s. She was a relatively small streamer at the time, like maybe 3, 4, 500 CCV on a very good day. Of that 300, 400 CCV, people gave her $20,000 within an hour. And that was the result of her efforts to foster a community of individuals who really were invested in her career as a streamer. And those are the kind of people you should care about. Not any of the people who anti you, not any of the people that say mean things about you. The people that genuinely care about you, that care about your streams, and care about you as a person and want to support you, will be there even if you have to exit a company with bad grace. And if you need to take time for yourself or anything like that, don't underestimate the silent support that people are willing to give you, and that comes very surprisingly. Don't think of this as the end of your career if you leave Nijisanji. Don't think that you've failed. And I genuinely, sincerely hope that every single person who is currently in Nijisanji has a good life and goes on to success. Granted, I'm going to laugh at you if you're a femboy and you're a femboy VTuber who does woman impressions on the internet. Don't. I hope to make streams about your weird behavior online for long after this. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I genuinely and sincerely hope that you survive what happens to Nijisanji and that you go on to have success in your lives. Now I've got a content suggestion ping. Oh no, she had to mention it. Is this on screen right now? Yes, it is. Not the piss. I'm done with piss. Oh yeah, tell them about the $3,000 for the cuck chair. Even when being wholesome, I still managed to shill for Kirsche. Yeah, that's because Kirsche is unironically an excellent example of a wholesome, the sounding streamer. I call her wholesome. Yeah, she's wholesome. She is the woman who goes, "You're gonna make it," to people that are hard red-pilled MG Tau individuals who sincerely believe they're never gonna get a girl and that they're going their own way in life is the only option. She who has had 6 abusive boyfriends is still convinced that there is a man out there who's for her, and is still positive, and is still pro dating, pro marriage, and all that kind of wholesomeness. Mozu, please listen to her. Proctor out here being committing friendly fire against the femboys. One day I will get a microphone that actually makes me sound like a human being and not a weird British tea-drinking gremlin. A wholesome sounding streamer? Well, a sounding streamer, yes. You people are horrible. You people are monsters. What is she on about? What is she on about? I think Aya might be having a bit of a woman moment. A bit of a woman moment at the moment. If you want to see the kind of collabs Java equals Luca and Mizuchi equals used to get up to when Java/Luca was allegedly underage. Porian, serious question. If I play this, will YouTube yell at me for showing something lewd involving a minor? This is a serious question. And I realize that if I play something that gets me a YouTube strike or whatever for bad material, I am not going to be particularly happy with you. Put it that way. I will do it. I will conquer the... You're a disgusting man, Azihara, and I hope that you... Well... Oh, Mozu. Great model, great voice, great gamer, great personality, but for the love of God, please stop putting weird shit in your mouth. My rat for Mozu is that Mozu is in some way related to Shoe Nice. My belief is that Shoe Nice actually died years ago and was reincarnated as Sava Safari / Mozu. That's my rat, okay? That Mozu is the reincarnation of Shoe Nice. Proctor, I think Aya is going to do something very awesome. Are you saying that seriously or not? Maybe don't. Proctor, you have birds. No one who keeps birds is a normal person. Lots of normal people keep chickens, okay? If you get copy struck, that can be proof. No, but I'm not going to play this audio on stream. So, yeah, trust me, I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff. She got Pika. What? What the hell is... What is Pika? What are you talking about? Oh, I need another drink. Termination of Selen Tatsuki. What's this? Oh dear, let me just play that. I don't think that's copyrighted material. Yeah, that's not copyrighted material. Okay, I'll play this on stream. I didn't have that. You didn't hear the preview of that. Yes, but you don't have chickens, do you? I have livestock. I have quail, and I have guinea fowl, and I have chickens. Pika, when you eat clay and dirt and stuff. Oh, I get you. Aya is having a mental breakdown in her pre-chat over piss jokes from the viewers. Normal people don't go around showing pics of their cocks. I beg to disagree. Normal people go around showing pictures of their cocks all the time. That's the problem. Pika is a psychological condition that compels people to eat things that are not food. I can totally believe that Pika is Brazilian slang for dick. Why am I not surprised? But yeah, let me just tab over to this one moment. I'm honestly kind of chilling at the moment. I am not going to be streaming too much longer. I think, well, it's an hour till the Toki Bird thing. I'm not going to be on for another hour. Can you see this on stream? Yes, you can.
Foolishly of all, she signed a legally binding contract to only receive a 2% merchandise share.
I want my money back!
Oh dear, the 2% merchandise thing will never, oh my goodness, I'm reading this pre-stream chat right now that people are posting in Discord. That is disgusting. What is it with men and piss? I don't know, it's never... Oh, and here's Doki Bird herself saying I'm so nervous. It's been so long since I streamed. I haven't even set anything up to new beginnings soon. At this point, with everything that oh no, Dana is typing in the chat. This is terrible. Indians are not normal. Do you get a lot of pics of cocks? I mean, depends. Do you go on a chicken farming forum? There's plenty of pics of cocks there. My prediction for this Doki Bird stream is probably nothing burger, honestly. At this point, I'm definitely going to be up to watch it, so I'll be around for it. But I think that from somebody who has recently tried to commit suicide is not going to go on stream and start handing in receipts. I think that she is going to try and put her head down and put her nose to the grind and get back to things like Apex, streaming, and FPS and so on, and try and put this behind her. And I don't blame her in any way. Incoming scuff. Why? 18.9k wait. Oh, I see what you mean on the Doki Bird stream. 18.9k waiting. Good grief. Well, has anyone tried making a piss? Why are you like this? Also, femboy PNG when it has been weeks. I'm sorry, I'm just bullying a two view. Don't mind me. I'm just bullying one of our resident parasocial two views. So I should end this poll now. So it looks like 39% of people are not from TBA. That's fascinating. Smeagol noises. Niji confirmed she has a lawyer and Doki is smart. I don't think she'll spill much. I hope so. They already took the will to live out of her, but yeah, she's not a garbage human. I mean, part of me really wants to see somebody just go full-scale nuclear on Nijisanji, but at the same time, I perfectly understand why she wouldn't. So I'm not gonna root for her doing anything but the things that make her comfortable. She deserves a damn break. At this point, let's scroll through. I'll give it another 10 minutes or so for the stream because I'm definitely starting to flop. Where can I see this Discord link this person speak of? Niji L collection. He was approaching the Selen, told everyone to pirate Last Cup of Coffee situation from a purely business standpoint, and he was correct about a lot of points. Don't give him too hard of a time. Hello, probable new arrivals. Yep. I just realized that Proctor sounds like that Stampy Cat Minecraft VTuber. I do not. Please go kill yourself immediately, Negzama. Was watching a Turkey Tom. No, I'm not playing that. Oh, this is fun. Another Anon post about Sayu. They thought they thought a certain someone would go scorched earth on Niji. I would, yeah, I would, but the reason I didn't was because I knew they would self-destruct anyways. Look at where they're at. I knew that all I had to say was just a little bit to light the flame and they would just blow up. Is this actual quotes from her stream? I did not watch that part of her stream. Wow. This is the best case scenario for her. She gets to reap the benefits without having to possibly get dirty and start naming names. Yeah, I was a bit upset with Zion for not going more nuclear than she did when she did. But I understand her attitude now. That's very good. In other news, Miko leaked her vouch folder today. Non-Niji shit just dropped. I apologize, guys, if I'm sleepy. I'm flying. Oh, there's more stuff. Renegade has just posted more stuff, so we will look at that stuff. Yeah, in barely 1 hour, the guy managed to take several screenshots. 1 second. Just open both of these pictures. So this is more ratting about those Scarly and Astra screenshots. 1 second, let's get another drink. Yeah, sure. In barely 1 hour, the guy managed to take several screenshots with full iOS interface and time, accounts using correct avatars at the time, with long, elaborate messages faithful to their personalities and their writing styles, including a screenshot of a message liked by 6 different Discord accounts, while making sure to use the old Discord interface. Also having a long history of messages before these ones thanks to that scroll bar, while being currently on a Discord call which also affected the iOS interface as well by turning it green. And all of that even though no one talked about Aster before that. This is a bit much. These all seem like fairly compelling points. Zion is not doing so good. I really hope that Zion gets... Apparently she suffers from depression. You won't play in my video, but you will tell someone to kill yourself explicitly against YTTOS. I'm still literal who, and I crave that. I have analysed this little piece of the picture because it's the hardest one to fake, and also the ones that makes least sense to fake. It adds nothing to the picture, with no one setting out to fake an interaction would... And no one setting out to fake an interaction would add a random deglossing of emote reactions by people not even involved in the subject. Pixel count is consistent. The distortion is consistent to the rest of the picture's resolution. The noise follows the same patterns of artifact shadings. This is real. This thing is real. I work in graphic design. Now again, these are anons. These are anonymous people. We do not know who they are. They have no reason whatsoever to be honest. They could be lying out their asses. However, the more I read, the more I believe these screenshots are real. That is my takeaway. The stupid story on Reddit? No. I believe that is fake, and I believe that is deliberately intended to damage the company. Though these screenshots of Aster and Scarly, I think these are real. I would be willing... Well, I wouldn't bet money on it because I'm not a gambler. Idiots started to bully her again because of the black humor. Oh dear. Man, I just want Sayu to be happy and focus on the positive things she has going for her, not on the could have been. Yeah. 3 of you is not a literal who, you idiot. Enjoy Exodus to Rumble. I don't care. I don't care. I never intend to monetize this channel. I never intend to monetize this channel at all. I am never intending to give YouTube any money. I ad block YouTube at all times, and I strongly encourage everybody else to ad block YouTube. Install an ad block, okay? You don't have to put up with YouTube's bullshit. I am seriously considering streaming on Twitch and Rumble as well if I actually do get any kind of decent audience, because, yeah, I don't want to be subject to YouTube's ridiculous censorship. Seiyu has FOMO from the bullying she missed. She needs to lay off Twitter. Niji drones are experts at shifting blame. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Seiyu should manage her own Twitter, rather, because she seems to be a pretty sensitive person. Again, from everything that I've seen, Seiyu seems to be a perfectly nice person. I quite like her overall. So, I think of all the chickens you could buy. No, I'm not. I am never monetizing this channel with YouTube ads because it's terrible. It would be quite funny because I do have a business email on this channel. I would be fascinated if now that I've gotten this many CCV that I start getting ads from companies that are looking to sponsor me. And let's look at this one too. More piss. More piss, of course. Let's look at Vouch porn analysis for a second. Kim Kitsuragi. Speaking of monetization, how does TVA monetize? Need donos or anything? Dragon Cane 3, if you look at the pinned messages, or if you go to... I'll just go to TVA's page again. One secondo. Yeah, if you go to the virtual asylum, if you go to TVA, like you can see in my, that there is a link in the description of this video, and it will take you straight to the virtual asylum. And right at the very top, let me just highlight it. Right underneath that message, let me just take myself off studio mode, there is that donate to the site button. Use Twitch Revanced. I have never heard of TVA of Twitch Revanced. TVA dono link is pinned in chat. Yeah, I know, but sometimes people don't see. I don't think that pins show up for some people depending on what device they're on. So yeah, pretty much if you want to donate, you go to that thing, that link on the donate to the site part. I'm unironically starting to stutter and stumble my words. I'm so exhausted. She's good friends with Chikasa Ari. It looks like a singularity of good vibes when they collab. That's very cute. I really like that. Arab Black Gold. Oh, and remember always eat ass. So that's Gundo Mirai. Wasn't she or he? I forget what even their gender was, honestly. Wasn't they Nijisanji talent who graduated fairly recently? Someone look Pipkun back in the Pippa thread, please. Anything else? Now that's all stuff I'm over and done with now. Oh, this is funny. This is thank you very much. I cannot even vaguely pronounce that name. I'll just look down here. I'm only going to stream another few minutes, guys. I am getting extremely tired. I'm actually starting to babble myself. To babble monstrously. Granth, buy me a coffee. Thank you, Thrang. It's a business that relies on viewers to support us, but if we lose their trust, we won't have a future. I think there are too many talents compared to the number of staff, and they are not managing them properly. There are too many graduates. They are taking the stance that they're not at fault, but I think the management here is questionable. This is all from the Yahoo Japanese finance thing. And then there's Doki Bird just saying she's nervous. Already 18k waiting, and her subs have hit 300,000, 330,000. That's one of her. So she brought over Niji mods as well. So some Niji people actually converted to Doki Birds. So guys, I think before we end this stream, for those that are not on the Discord, we have a two-view art streamer on the Discord called Denna, and they once joked that they were going to make a femboy model for me, and so they have just posted an example of it, which is actually pretty damn good art. And let me just put it on screen for you guys. Let me just put it on screen. Oh damn, I didn't realize it was that high res. What do you think? What do you think, gentlemen? Oh no, I can't laugh. My bladder is too full. I can't laugh. Doki Bird creating every color. Yahoo JP Finance Forum, yeah. Gentlemen, gaze in awe. Gaze in awe at this amazing creation. When my eyes bow fit for Nietzsche. Oh no, I can't laugh. I can't laugh. I can't laugh. I'm crossing my legs, damn it. I will reluctantly admit the outfit was directly my fault. I'm looking respectfully. Oh no, Proctor is a look. This is how empty. I have a 1.5 liter water bottle here. This is how empty my 1.5 liter water bottle is now. It is less than a quarter full now after these hours. Proctor going to needs correction. No, I'm not gonna say it. Proctor dying, we finally killed him, bros. Do you really think I need correction that badly? Well, stronger men than you have tried and failed. Water. Muted, disliked, reported. Why am I gonna get a feeling that any moment my Discord is suddenly just gonna light up with angry DMs from Kirsha? Wait, let me look at Denna's profile. Let me look at Denna's profile because she's got user info. Wait, it's in streamer mode. So sorry, 1 second. So I can't see her socials. Denna here we go. So the person responsible for this. The person responsible for this glorious thing that you see before you, I am now, yes, did I put that on screen properly? Yes, I did. Femboy arc complete. When does the piss tuber arc start? I mean, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Azihara? You'd really like that. You'd be down bad for that. Tell me you wouldn't. Tell with a straight face, Azihara, that you would not be here and you would not be meat in hand gaming if I did a piss tuber stream. Tell me you wouldn't. Tell me with a straight face. I dare you. Put that in writing. Put that in writing. I bet you won't. I bet you can't. You. Bagman did get rid of Avatar. You need to take his mantle, Proctor. I mean, hey, she created a great demon. Aya keeps talking about piss, by the way. Would be funny. Yeah, I knew it. You can't say no. You can't say no, Azihara, because you, sir, are too down bad. Yaru said her pin. Screams externally. Ah. Selen fan chord is fully rebanding to Doki Bird. Okay. Oh guys, doxed, yes, very doxed. Okay, prostate, wrap it up. Sounding like Darth Vader, mate. Azahara, say you wouldn't or I will track you down. Corrupted by Aya. You're going delirious. I agree. This has been a fascinating day. All right, what fresh hell is he about to show us? No, it's just a regular thing. Just a regular thing. Don't worry. Well, guys, I am going to say goodnight because, well, I'm not going to say goodnight because I'm going to be in Doki Bird's chat next, but from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely thank you for everything. For everything that you've given me. Yeah, I'm sure that this is a very interesting VOD, shall we say. Thank you for everything, and yeah. Thanks so much. I'm stalling because I've now lost the tab where my live stream is actually hosted, so I can't actually close down. Good night, my friends. Good night. I will see you all. Well, I hope I'll see you all later. Good night.